He's throwing everything but the kitchen sink at us in his damn fucking castle.
Well, he already threw the toilet at you guys.
Well, we're not even done with the castle yet.
Technically. We can pray that there's no more fucking enemies.
Yeah.
No, you still got 1, 2, 3, 4,
The whole
5,
back half.
6.
Yeah, we still got the other side of the freaking castle, pretty much.
You still got 6 areas you haven't uncovered.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
Till her daddy takes the T-bird away. Yep.
Ah! Those chips are not for you.
But I want them.
The cat does want them.
But Mom...
Howdy, yo.
Oh my.
Hey, yo, what up, B?
There's the love of my life. Where have you been all my life?
Hiding.
Oh, you know, a little bit here, a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, also, just a heads up, Whitebeard, the bot is not in the voice chat currently.
That's because he doesn't have anything playing and it goes away when you don't have anything playing.
Yeah, just a heads up.
Oh, yeah.
I came in and turned it down instantly because there's like heavy metal playing when I jumped in.
Okay, Grandpa.
Right, but it was Toto, and they were playing out.
Well, it's not even that.
It was a rendition. You got something, you've got a problem with guitars and distortion, do you?
Wait, is it a heavy metal version of Africa?
Absolutely.
I need that in my
Yes.
life.
It wasn't the fact that it was heavy metal. It was just the fact I wasn't expecting it, and I figured we'd be talking or
Sure,
something.
Grandpa, sure.
No, I do have to admit, when I hopped in, that shit was loud.
Damn it!
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta turn him down, man.
Oh yeah, I got it. I got it turned down, but it was
Perfect
fucking
for me.
blissful. It was.
seriously?
Wait, I already have it set at 15%. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm turning that shit down. Motherfucker, fuck that song.
Oh my god.
That's on 0 unless you play something better.
So, the way I have the like, it showing who's talking, basically shows that it's Gil singing this song.
Why you gotta skip my music?
Wow.
Fuck your music, that's
so
why.
mean. Wow,
There you
this
go.
is super loud.
I hear the drums echoing tonight, but she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30.
So, Rogar, can you hear it?
I've got the music on like a 3, and everyone else in the 50s as such. It's a good mix.
Cool. I have like the music on 6.
Music on 5.
Bunny, how the fuck did you figure out how to add shit to the queue? Who's teaching you this?
Seriously? You're a dick.
What do you mean, seriously? Why am I a dick?
Because I figured it out on myself. Nobody helped me at all. And I can barely hear you with this damn thing.
Then turn it down.
I am! It's like on 5!
Turn it lower.
Turn down farther.
There,
Yeah,
now it's not
that's
at
what I
all.
was saying. I've got headphones on, and I've got the music at a 3, and it's not too overpowering.
Yeah, that's what I've got it at too.
2, 3 would be a good range. Just loud enough to hear it, but not loud enough to overpower everyone else.
I fucking hate music.
Too bad.
Alright, guys.
Wow.
So, let's see. Who wants to recap for inspiration?
We got dicked and dicked and dicked and dicked and dicked and then
Let's see.
we bought a model.
We came back. with people ambushing us last round. Funneled them in basically one at a time. Like there was, I don't know, like 20 fucking people. It seemed like just running into the damn room last time we took a rest. And after that, we finally got that on the. I think that's like all we did was actually fight last time.
Yep, we didn't do
That's
anything
all we
else.
did. We didn't do anything. We ran around in circles with our heads chopped off after that because everybody was trying to do different things.
I just want to point out, you just said exactly the same thing I did, just in slightly different words.
You're all putting faggier words, yo.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we did. Everybody else ran around with their heads cut off, trying to plunder everything and go to this room, that room, the other room.
Yeah.
Actually, I stayed in the same room.
Because you murdered someone.
I did not.
Decided not
Tried
to murder someone.
Yeah, we still got the bugbear somewhere alive, don't we? No, we did end up killing the bugbear.
Kill him, yeah.
Yeah, we killed the bugbear and the freaking other red brand, whatever.
You sure did.
Oh, we got his Gundren
I don't
and still
like
died.
bugbears, I say. Let's kill him, I say. No, you say. Oh, now look, he's dead. And I didn't do it.
Wow. It was either that or torture him, and Rogar's not about to let that happen.
But either way, that's our recap.
I would like to attempt to shoot a fucking arrow out the window.
Out the window.
From where I'm standing.
What would you like to shoot it at?
At those little
The
windows.
darkness.
From where I'm standing, out the window.
Shoot it at the darkness.
Okay. Go right ahead.
Why?
I mean, I'm assuming the window is not like this gigantic opening. It looks like it narrows
Like
out.
that? Yeah, that one.
Yes.
It narrows quite a bit.
It's one of those archer holes in castles.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying. I've been shooting at little nonsense. I'd like to shoot out that window from where I am. Just to pass the time.
Did I get inspiration?
Oh my god. Seriously.
I think we should all get some Christmas inspiration.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas from our DM.
I mean, Rogar is basically Dwarven Santa Claus, so...
You know,
Inspiration for doing the recap.
I'll totally give you all inspiration because you're not going to get a chance to use it.
Oh, really?
Great! In walks the next deadliest creature, and you're all dead. The end.
Well,
That's what I just heard.
are we
3
officially starting?
owlbears.
Are we officially starting this thingy?
Oh, we started a while ago.
Yeah.
Okay, well, while he shoots arrows at the damn arrow hole, Sildar and Droop will freaking carry Gundren down to this bottom room so we can keep them in there while we search the rest of this damn castle.
Brax, you were successful at shooting your arrow out the window into the abyss that you cannot see what you're aiming at, but you didn't hit the wall. It went through the narrow hole.
That's all I was aiming at.
Awesome. You did great. Hold on for a second.
I missed my second monitor. I'm not gonna be able to keep my character sheet up.
Yeah, once you get 2 monitors, it's very difficult to go back to 1.
This last few days have just been hell.
I wouldn't wish it upon anyone.
I need my computer back. This cat is giving me the dirtiest of dirty looks right now.
Why? Because then you won't be nice to me?
Because I won't let it have the fucking Pringles.
Shit in a box of shit.
It doesn't. It shits outside. It's an indoor-outdoor cat.
Oh, that's a good kitty. That's my kind of kitty.
But like, I try to pet her and she freaking bites me.
What a bitch.
Well, that's a good kitty.
Will you stop biting me? You're so pretty, but you're a devil.
I hear that a lot. Alright, ladies and gents. So, y'all are dragging Gundren down the way to... Oh, I see.
The bottom
Alright.
The
little.
room where there's
area.
something hiding
Now,
that we
is...
didn't find.
No, it's down here. There's nothing down there. We already cleared all this side. It's the other side we got to clear there, Ames.
We didn't roll high enough to find what was in this room.
Yep. There was
Yeah, that's
something
why-
probably in there.
Here, I'll put Gundren on this bench over here.
Yeah, that's fine. Those three are just going to camp out down there while the rest of us, fuck around with the rest of the castle.
Well, what the fuck just happened?
Can we roll to see if we can find stuff in this room?
Which room?
The room we're standing in.
The main room?
Yeah, the room we're standing in.
Y'all already found what was in that room.
Oh, I thought there was a room we couldn't find stuff in or something.
This room is what we couldn't find stuff in.
Oh.
The tower down at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? Maybe Droop wants to search that room.
Go for it.
See if Droop finds anything.
I'm like, why can't I
Is it
fucking see them? But
investigation?
it's because I'm not down there.
Perception or investigation?
Yes.
Investigation.
Nice.
Look, there's a floor.
He found his shoe.
Just barely. Huh?
Am I free to walk about and go see if I can find this room and look in it?
Sure. Dev, he's like, Master, I found a shoe.
And Dev's just, yelling down the hall going, great, good for you.
He says, look, Master, it's on my foot.
And Dev just shakes his head going, yep.
You get the feeling that that he's been smoking some kiff.
Some kid.
Some of the
Is
he
he trying to search the room that I'm in right now? Where was he searching?
He was searching down here.
Where are you at?
Droop is down here.
I know where
I'm
you're
on my
at.
way.
Oh look, there you are.
Yeah. Blah! Nice job, Droop. You found your shoe. Aren't you nifty?
This is a small room.
Mm-hmm. Looks like a library. Where what once was a library and where the owlbear was.
Yeah.
So my question is, I guess no one's got a torch lit.
Kind of like a tower.
Or no.
Wouldn't Sildar need one?
Well, Roach can't see a fucking thing.
I feel like Sildar would need one. Isn't he human?
Yep.
He is human.
All
Then
right,
he would
at
have
this
to have
point,
lit a
DM,
torch.
Roach has no other choice. I'm going to take out the torch and light it.
No, I'm saying Sildar should have already done that if you walked down there.
Well, see,
Yeah,
you would think
Sildar
that,
did.
except for Sildar doesn't have one in his inventory, I don't believe.
I don't know what Sildar has. He has NPC stuffs, so.
Are you saying a warrior like Sildar wouldn't have restocked when he got into town?
No, he might not have restocked on torches.
No, I think a piece of shit like Sildar wouldn't have.
Right?
Like I said, I don't know what Sildar has. He only barely has any fucking stats for me to look at, so.
Yep, it's true.
All right, so I light a torch then.
She's whining for you.
Well, okay, wait, don't let me get too quick and in a hurry. Has anyone got something to light this torch with?
Oh my god. While he's doing that, can I investigate this here room for Dev now? Since he finally made his way down there to congratulate Droop on finding his foot.
Sure.
I don't have anything to help you light it, so I didn't take any of that crap with me.
Apparently
need to
he's not
see.
doing much better. Dev's like, look, I found my shoe.
There you go, Brax. How about that?
Word. I like it. Thank you, sir.
Alright,
I forgot he's blind.
He's blind.
Mm-hmm.
As a bet. Although ironically, a bat would see better in here than he does.
Now seeing the room through illuminated eyes, I would like to check it out myself.
Let's do it. Investigate that bitch.
Oh,
I saw balls.
am I allowed
What room
to
were
look
you
for a
in?
second time?
Have the situation changed any?
I mean, I came down here with more
Well,
people.
it's now lit up. It wasn't.
Oh
lit
wait,
up when we
hold
came
on,
down
hold
here.
on.
Okay, no, fair enough. He lit a torch, and somehow that may change visibility in the area. So go right ahead.
Dope.
What were you saying, babe? What were you
Thanks.
asking?
I was asking what room you guys were in.
The bottom.
right corner.
Okay.
Somebody finally
Okay.
rolled decently.
We both did.
Yeah.
I would
Actually,
just like to
Nico.
point out the fact that I get to re-roll that.
Oh well, I'm not,
Nice.
not actually in there. Hold on.
Well, then I'll tell you what. Why don't you go ahead and do your reroll first before I award this to Ames? Okay.
At least it wasn't a one.
Well, Brax looks intently around the room and feels that there's probably something in here he's missing repeatedly, but he just, for the life of him, can't quite seem to figure it out.
Balls.
And as he's searching around intently, Ames points out to him that this used to be a tower with a second floor, but that floor has been destroyed. You're going to guess probably by the owlbear. Maybe they were keeping it on the second floor and it busted through the floor. But there's a little bit of an edge still left around the area of the second floor. And up on that ledge, there seems to be a wooden box.
Gimme. Can I reach it? I'm like 5'6", 5'7".
It's on the
You
second
cannot
floor,
reach-
isn't it?
Yep.
That's a ways up. Need someone acrobatic.
Probably about
I could
10.
always stand on your shoulders.
Would you like to help me get this box?
Absolutely.
I can look up your skirt for a change. I could have passed that out. So I'll kneel down and allow Roach to climb up onto my shoulders.
You kneel down and Roach starts undoing his belt because he got totally got the wrong idea.
Oh, wait. We're not doing that? Okay. Damn.
Oh wait, sorry. This was awkward.
Uh-huh.
So, what did we find in this room?
A box. As soon as Roach gets up there and grabs the box and gives it to me, and
I hop up on his shoulders and extend my arms to reach the box.
obviously I stand back up.
I think you're going to have to make an attempt at an acrobatic jump to get up there because your two guys' height together is not going to get you high enough to reach that box.
Damn it.
All right.
Rogar, let me stand on your
mean,
shoulders.
I mean, you're like what, 2.5, 3 feet tall, Brax?
That's a good acrobatics roll.
That's a damn good acrobatics roll. Okay, so you hold him up high, and he does like this leap from your shoulders up onto this this broken, rotten ledge. And as he lands upon it, what's left of the floor up there creaks a little bit as though it has the potential to give way, but is holding him at least at the moment.
I make an effort to look like I'm gonna catch him. If he falls, I'll catch him.
Okay.
How heavy does this box seem?
Try to move it. Are you
Well, I
trying to
mean,
move
how
it, or-
large
I mean,
is
you
it
try-
compared to me? That's the question I should have asked.
I don't know that you've come across any boxes yet that I could compare it to.
No, I mean
the
compared
folder.
in size to me.
It's probably about half your size.
All right, I'd like to look it over really well and make sure what I want to do is I want to just kind of, if it's that small, I'll just pass it down to Ames and but I want to look it over and make sure that it doesn't look like there's any pressure plates under it or anything. I know the floor is unstable, and I want to be careful.
Okay, go ahead and investigate it. You look it over thoroughly, and you get the feeling that there's really nothing like that going on with it. You know, you checked it out, and it just looks like a battered wooden chest.
All right,
And,
I'm gonna
like
shout. I'm gonna shout heads up to Ames and just kind of slide the box over the edge to a hopefully bottom down so it doesn't just dump on the head.
Thanks.
Okay.
I'll
But it
try
should
and
make
catch
it
it.
rain. Should have made it rain.
Right. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm chewing a cough drop. So, as you know, you push it over the edge, and you know what, Ames, give me a dex check.
I'm good at that, so sure.
Hey guys, I'm here now. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, welcome.
What up, Gilly Gill? You know what? Yeah, that battered wooden box pushes over the edge of that that jagged ledge, and you just catch it like it's no thing. You know, it lands right in your hands. You even seem to kind of buffer the weight of the fall, almost like you've done this before.
Ain't no thing.
It's not the first time he's had his hands on an old box.
Do you need
An
help getting
old
down?
spark box.
I would like to just go ahead and try to hop down.
You're pretty dexterous, aren't you?
Yes,
You got like
Yeah.
you get like a +5 or something like that.
yes.
Yeah, you kind of glide down like a feather, buddy.
What's in the box?
Quick question: did we take a short rest at the beginning of this?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay, I thought I saw some hit dice rolls earlier.
Yeah, we were talking about it and we realized that that's not what we had done.
Okay.
Yeah, we got confused. Because we basically ended the game the same way twice. Except this time there weren't people outside the door.
Right.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, what's in the box?
Yeah, what's in the box?
What's in the fucking
Well,
box?
Devith will open it if it needs to be opened.
I'm gonna open it, damn it. Open it.
Just throw it against the wall.
You're just gonna open it. You're not gonna check it for a guillotine trap.
Yeah.
She's too greedy
Jeez.
and too impatient.
If there's a fucking guillotine trap on this fucking thing, I'll take it because I mean that's impressive as fuck. No, I'll check and see if it's the box is trapped because I don't. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Let Devith try.
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna open it anyways, even with the check.
Okay. Well, you both fail to see any traps, and Ames goes ahead and opens it up, and as you open this battered wooden box, nothing happens. Now, are you opening it wide? Or are you peeking inside? What are you doing?
Just slip
Spider
one.
crawls on.
I
Slam
want
it
to
open.
kind of peek first and then open it up depending on what I see.
Chicken in a box.
Because they're all right around me, so I really can't get away with just fucking keeping it to myself. I'll just fucking open it
Okay.
and grumble on the inside.
You see some gold pieces, some electrum pieces. You see a potion and a couple scrolls.
Okay. Want to give me all the details for that? I want to start looking. What color is the potion?
Looks very familiar to you, as though
I'll
you've
pocket
had
it.
as though you've had these before. You're gonna go with it. This is a potion of healing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
Okay. Are you gonna take the time to study these scrolls right here and now, or are you just gonna pocket them and check them out later? You want to know what they are now?
Devith wants to look at him. If she doesn't.
I guess it doesn't really matter now, does it?
Okay.
I was gonna say no for sake of gameplay and just get to it later, so we can get out of the castle.
Right.
Because we can look at it all back in town.
Okay. Are you just gonna close chest and take the chest with you, or are you gonna try to figure out whatever thing's in this chest at the moment?
I think I'll just close it for the moment and take it with
Okay.
us.
Just
Alright.
put
Pour
it
it
in
all
my
in a
chest.
fucking bag.
Right.
Would it fit in Rogar's chest?
It would.
Well, then I'll let Rogar take it.
It would. This
Since
is
I know
this is a
he'll
smaller
be
box.
fair.
You talking about the chest that Rogar has? That really ornate?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The one
it'll
that
fit in that
fixed.
chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely fit in there.
I mean, his actual chest, you know, he just opens up
It's a fucking cuckoo clock.
to give his heart to everyone.
When you fucking Optimus Prime?
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
we hear you.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Were you
Oh,
trying to
Gil,
say
by the
something?
way, we do have music now, so when it does play, expect it, at least for the first time you hear it, for it to be pretty fucking loud. In Discord, in the chat itself, in the general chat where our names are, you can right click on bot and adjust the volume once you hear the music.
Recommend probably like 5%. It's pretty loud.
Okay.
And I'll let you know, that way it doesn't blast your eardrums out. You can adjust it now if you wanted. Oh, I guess not, because bot's not in there right now, right?
No, it is.
It is? Okay.
Is it rhythm?
Yep.
Yeah, I went ahead and turned it down.
Okay, cool. Alright, so what do you guys want to do?
Well, let's explore.
Yep.
Y'all are gonna
Chest
leave
in Rogar's chest.
Rogar.
Sildar, Gundren, and Droop here in the room?
Yeah, Droop, Sildar, and Gundren are going to stay put.
Okay.
You staying put where?
In this
Down
bottom
here.
room that we were in.
In the southeast corner?
Yep.
There's a tower down there.
You're gonna stay there while exploring happens? Is that the deal?
Gundren, Sildar and Droop are staying with Gundren.
Oh, I got you. Okay, my
Yeah,
bad.
they're gonna leave behind some chew toys for the other owlbear.
Yep.
Rogar wants to listen at this door, see if he hears anything on the other side.
Okay, give me a perception.
Oof.
I don't hear anything. Let's go through.
Okay.
You hear the bristles of your beard rubbing against the wooden door.
Ah, there's. It sounds like there's a lot of small insects in there. I hate insects.
So it sounds like you have lice.
Why are you on top of me?
Rogar like kicks open the door, assuming.
Because why not?
No, it was Allie that was on top of me.
Oh shit. I didn't mean to. I was trying to.
Emily
cover-
didn't move yet. Emily's still in that little fire room.
Rogar remembers stories of William Hellseeker, the door dismantler, and is inspired by these stories as he kicks this door.
That's how I want to live my life.
There you go.
Dun, 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 dun. These are curtains over here in the corners.
We should see what's behind the curtains.
I would like to listen first before I just move it.
Okay, well, give me a perception roll for you, buddy.
I told you, that was my last good fucking roll. Jesus.
You definitely do not hear the lich.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna listen too.
Go for it.
Humana.
That's what I was thinking.
And you hear the lich. No, I'm kidding. There's nothing. You don't hear anything.
Can I go through, please?
Sure.
Woo! Ah.
Somebody carrying a torch?
Here.
Roach?
No.
I would like to walk in.
Yes,
too.
I'm
Oh,
carrying a
versus-
torch. Gil.
Okay.
Can
Okay,
Davis walk in on this side?
What is this?
Yeah, he can. But as Ilaria walks in, she sees that there's this stone altar that stands in the middle of the room, and it's covered with a blood-stained black cloth. There's some golden ritual implements. There's a chalice and a knife and a censer. They're carefully arranged on top of this altar. And that's what you see.
Would it be a religion check to see what this symbolizes or what it is a part of?
Yeah, go for it. Let's
Or history?
let's do a religion check.
Religion it is.
I just want to see what I'd get.
You just wasted your roll.
Apparently, it goes that well.
Both of you guys seem to recall that there was one of those goblins that y'all murder hoboed. One that was dressed differently that I had mentioned was dressed differently.
Was he the one who had the pristine armor and stuff?
Yes. Yes. He looked like he had some symbols on him that aren't necessarily matching any of the symbols you see in here, but look like they're from a similar dialect. Something that would belong, something that would fit with this. Yeah.
It's in the same handwriting.
Basically.
This looks like an altar of evil.
I like this altar. I mean, what?
Should we destroy it?
Yeah,
then?
Hrogar like swings his maul at it.
Wait, it could just be a dinner table.
An evil
No, the
dinner
gold
table.
items. We could have melted those down.
We can still melt those down.
Yep.
They were gold, weren't they?
They were, yes.
Let's pocket those, please. I'll make that into money.
Okay. The chalice, the knife, and the censer. Who's gonna write down what this is so that I can give you an idea of their values?
So the chalice, a
skill
knife,
usually
and a
does.
what?
A censer, censer. It's an implement, a tool.
Yeah.
The chalice, they're very ornate objects.
A
And they're
censer is
bejeweled.
usually for like incense.
Right. The chalice, it looks like it would have a general value of somewhere around 150 gold.
Nice.
Like I said, all these are very ornate. They look like they're definitely part of some type of ritual that was going on here before
They're
you
all
guys.
gold.
They're all gold. The knife looks like it's worth about somewhere around 60, and the censer looks like it's worth somewhere around 120.
Nice.
Well,
I will definitely melt those down later. And
Now, as y'all are looking, who has a passive perception higher than 12?
me.
Okay, as you're looking
Me.
around here. Okay, as y'all are looking around here at this altar,
Mine is only
there
12.
there are some engraved images on this altar
Mhm.
of some gods, and they look very similar to what you didn't really catch on at first, but you're putting two and two together now that you saw something similar to this in the room you just came from.
in the room we just came from.
Yeah.
You said it's images, not words, right?
Well, there are some words, but specifically what you just noticed was these images of gods.
Do,
On
do,
the
the-
walls?
do these
No,
look
on
like
this.
goblin deities by chance? Goblin orc deities.
I'll point them out so that they can kind of be like this. You know, these were similar to what we just saw in the other room we were just in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
What
they
are you
look
pointing
more.
at? Is it on the wall?
No,
This
it's
is on the altar.
the sacrificial altar.
So I don't understand. Is it like carved into the stone or something?
It is absolutely.
Okay, gotcha.
And who?
My passive
whoever,
perception is 15.
Damn.
Then you recognize that too. The the scribings look a lot like, kind of like angelic figures.
Okay, so
of some
not
kind.
goblin.
No, they're not goblins.
So then would I think this has been somewhat desecrated at this point?
You would guess so. Yeah. You know, with your background, yeah, you would guess that this is definitely not something.
Rogar falls to his knees and weeps.
Aww.
David would like to listen to the door he's next to.
What's he sound like when he cries?
Illyria walk up and come pat his shoulder.
Look at what they've done! How hideous.
Okay, David. You don't hear anything behind that door.
I'm gonna kick it open like a bat out of hell and run in there.
So everybody's just gonna walk through this area, and that's it.
I mean, we didn't search the room, actually, technically.
Krogar is actually going to...
You didn't even look around the room.
I'd like to look around the room. While I'm pretending to comfort poor Rogar.
You're gonna go pat him on the back. You're gonna go pat him on the back and kind of look around the room.
Yeah, because, like, Allie's not religious, but, I mean, she respects that Rogar is. So she's giving some effort there for you.
Okay. This, as you're looking around, it looks like this high, kind of narrow hall. Looks like it might have been part of a chapel or a shrine at one time. Again, you can see better now. Now that you know that you're looking for them and you're piecing things together, that there are some of these similar angelic figures that are sculpted along the room's upper reaches, kind of looking down on the floor below.
Yeah, it's an altar that's been desecrated, and it's a little chapel area.
What's looking down from below? What'd you say?
They're like they're figures, kind of like
how high up?
Towards the roof. I'd say probably a good 10 feet up or so.
Okay, can I take a closer look at them?
Sure. Yeah, you don't have to roll for it or anything. It's you recognize that these are almost mirrors. These figures, these 3D sculpted figures, are almost mirror images of the carvings that you've seen in the sacrificial altar, or what is now a sacrificial altar. It probably wasn't originally. It was probably just an altar, but you get the feeling that there was some pretty deviant shit going on in there. Definitely sacrilegious.
Okay, so what do they look like then?
They're just angelic figures.
But they look evil?
No, they don't.
Oh, okay. I thought you said they look devious.
No, deviant shit was going on in here.
Okay, I got you.
In the other room.
And they're looking down on us.
They're looking down toward the floor, correct.
So these are like stone carvings or something?
Like statues?
Kind of like when you look at buildings and they have
kind of like those gargoyles or whatever.
3D relief yeah, exactly.
So are they made of stone then?
Yeah, they're made of stone. They're part of the wall. They're
like built into the wall, but they're kind of like gargoyles looking down at whoever's in here.
Got it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, can I kick that door open yet?
Yeah. Okay.
How many of them are there?
3, I think you said?
Yeah, there's 3 of them. Yeah, and here's your door to open, buddy. Now, hold on for a second before we get any further.
In the room, he springs a guillotine trap and he dies.
Okay, so you just left the room, Dev? You weren't. You
What?
just walked in there to see what was there, and you took off, and you're like, "Fuck this room! I'm gonna go open this door."
Dev just opened the door. He didn't actually step in. But
Well, I mean,
he has no
you-
interest in the religious room at all.
Okay, cool. That's what I needed to know.
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay.
So yeah, he'll step through, get in this other room. Yeah, yay.
I'm just gonna kind of hang with Gil. I'll go through the door when he's ready to, seeing as how we both need the torchlight.
Yep.
Poor humans.
Nah, we're cool.
And you walk in this room, Dev. You just see there's old casts of. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble speaking. My bed's sick. You find old casks of salted meat and snacks of rotting grain. You fill this storage area. Among the supplies, you see a bloody suit of chainmail, a heavy crossbow, and an unsheathed longsword with the emblem of Neverwinter worked into its hilt.
Dev will pick up that sword, give it a gander.
Okay.
And be
I'm
like,
gonna
hey,
take
guys.
her out real quick.
What's up?
She keeps going to me and then to the door and then back to me and then to the door. So I'm gonna take her out real quick.
Take her ass out. Okay.
And then he's gonna be like, hey guys, there's some armor and stuff in here. Is this Gundren's or something?
What on earth would give you the impression that that's Gundren's armor?
Well, hey, you never know.
Well, the last time I checked with his nanny, she said she sent him out fully clothed.
What are you guys seeing in there?
There's a suit of armor, bloody chainmail, and Neverwinter sword.
All right.
I'm gonna further inspect the room, I guess.
Yes, have you thoroughly inspected the room?
And don't see my own 2 feet.
I'm gonna kind of investigate the religious room a bit more too when they're done.
Okay.
I
I'll
already
roll
did
for
my
it and they can
investigation
give it
also.
to me.
Well, Devith, you definitely didn't. You didn't find much. It was a roll of 7.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, Ames. In that religious room that you were looking at, there's that empty stone brazier in the room. As you're kind of fiddling around with it and pushing stuff around, you kind of kick over this mound of coal, and buried under it is a gold statuette of a sun elf. It's wrapped in a crimson cloth.
A sun elf?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's pretty hefty too. It looks like it has some value.
I'm gonna take it with me.
Piles
wherever
of
it is.
stuff
just
around
leave
this
it.
room on the floor.
It looks like it was purposely hidden there. You know, like whoever stuck it there was definitely hoping somebody wasn't going to find it.
Does it look familiar to me?
I don't think so. Well, you are half elf, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you want to get into that now in this moment, or do you want to check this
No,
out
we
later?
can keep going. Can you tell me how much it's worth though?
You'd guess it's worth somewhere around about 100, just from the weight, the heft of the gold.
I'll tuck that away and I will come back to you with it.
Okay.
And
So
as they're doing all this, Rogar's trying to like clean off the altar and like make it as nice as he can.
I'll
going
help
to try
him when
and-
I'm done.
He's going to try to consecrate it as best he can.
Okay. I'd give you inspiration for that, but I told you all to take inspiration anyway, so you can't have double inspiration.
Dang it.
But that definitely would have garnered you an inspiration token, for sure.
Well, I didn't have my inspiration written down yet, so I'm taking it for this. I earned mine.
Rogar, are you all right?
I'm all right. This place is not.
Are you having a seizure?
Alright, I'm back. What I
Whoa.
missed?
Not much. Just more room inspections and stuff. You can see it in chat what we found.
Is there a
Why
way
can't-
out through there? Is that room a dead end?
Why can't I see this corner?
Did you
Okay,
go
you see
into the
what
room?
corner? Yeah, you gotta go into the room, honey.
I am.
No, you're
There's
not.
a wall
You're
there.
Huh?
Alright, there's a wall like right here that she's
Okay.
probably not seeing around.
Alright. I got it. Alright. I want to go out this door. Right here.
I really have not read this module at all.
okay. You just want to open the door?
What are we doing?
No, I wanted to look and see if I hear anything coming from it.
Okay, give me a perception roll. Okay, her computer just died because she wasn't smart enough to plug it in.
That's okay. I think Gil and I want to go this way.
Okay.
Nobody inspected
So-
this room. Hey, you guys want to take a look with me here?
Alaria just stands there, breathing, staring at the door. You get the feeling
I would
as
like to
though-
take a look at this room also.
Yeah, me
as
too.
though no one is home. Which room? The room you're in?
Yeah.
Correct, the storage
Yeah.
room. Now, I have a question. The salted beef, you didn't say it was spoiled. Is it still good?
Okay, now, excuse me. No, they're not really edible by maybe say your standards. Maybe like our goblin might be able to tolerate the food, but that it's been there long enough, and it wouldn't be edible for you.
Right on.
Now, Gil notices that there's a small cask in the room that looks like it's undamaged.
Okay. Can I tell what's in it?
I mean, you can go over and check it, but I don't know of anybody that can tell what's in the cask by looking at it from the outside.
I
Superman
drank enough.
could.
Just let me smell it.
Okay,
Does it feel full? Does it feel empty? Is there?
it feels full. It's a small cask, and if you had to guess, you'd probably guess it was the equivalent of probably about maybe 20 regular glasses.
Ooh.
It's got about that much liquid in it, you would guess.
Okay. Well, I'll open it up and smell it.
Okay. You smell it, and it's a very distinct odor, a very sweet odor that you recognize, and it's dwarven brandy.
Ooh.
And it,
Jackpot!
Do I
and
know
it
this
smells that it's been here for a very long time. Like maybe it's been here so long that it was here when the castle was still in good disrepair.
In good disrepair? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Do I see him checking this out?
Sure.
I want to
you're
unscrew
in
my
the room with
flask
him.
and say, "So, Gil, we've got to try this, right?"
I say before you can have any, we're gonna let the dwarf among us have first dibs, and then I take my my what do you call it? Fucking drinking what's it called?
Water skin.
Thank you, water skin.
Jesus,
And,
Emily, stop it.
Dump it out and fill it up with that stuff, and then take it over to Rogar and offer it to him and say, "Here, my friend, take a whiff of this. Maybe this will help you feel a little better."
Oh, no, keep it away from me. No, don't tempt me.
Well, he walked over to you, and he's kind of squeezing the bottom of the water skin as to waft the arid scent toward you.
Yeah.
And it is probably the sweetest, most delicious smelling brandy that you can recall. That it would probably be an exceptional treat to partake in a sip of this, if you so choose.
Rogar like covers his face and like runs off to the corner over here, like, no, keep it away from me.
Okay, Gil says, "All right, I'm sorry.
Oh no, please go and enjoy it. It smells wonderful, but none for me, please."
All right, my apologies.
I swig the rest of what's in my flask, and then I hold it up to Gil. Well, looks like it's just me and you, eh? Well, for the moment.
Okay, so you're gonna swig your whole water skin worth?
Well, I've got my own personal flask, see, but I've been drinking it the whole time, so it's not that full anymore, really. Maybe a couple, 3 shots in it. I've been taking shots the whole time.
Oh, so you're gonna drink what's in your flask and then fill it with the brandy? Is that what
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
DM, what did I hear coming from
that is, if Gil is okay with this.
Yes, absolutely. Anybody else want to try some excellent rare dwarven brandy?
Roach is all about the drink and the smoke, and Gil to him just really kind of rose in his standing of actual BB, possibly being a friend.
Gotcha.
Can you guys be quiet so I can hear what's going on through the door?
Yeah, you don't hear anything, honey.
Okay.
Then I would like to go through the door.
Okay. I tell you what, guys, I'm gonna quit asking you guys if you're checking the doors from now on. Nobody checks shit for traps, man.
What's right there? Why
That's
can't
just
see
a
that?
wall.
It's just a wall. It's a stone wall.
David's a trick through with her.
I want to open this door.
How the hell do you go into walls?
What do you mean, how do you go into walls?
Emily's little token
Emily?
just ran into that wall.
Emily, hold on for a second. No, put your token back. Put your token back. Put your token back right where it was. Okay, as you walk over that area there, you didn't see it because you didn't check the room first, but you activated a tripwire, and it triggers a cave-in of wooden beams and heavy stones that are in that area above you. And I need a dexterity saving throw from you. Okay, you succeed. You dive out of the way of this falling rubble, but you still get caught. You still get caught by some of the pieces that are falling as you're diving out of the way, and you will take You will take 5 points of damage.
Did Hrogar hear this? The trap?
Oh yeah, you all heard it. It was a very loud noise.
Okay, then
there was
Hrogar,
lots of.
Hrogar comes running over.
What's going on?
What's going on? Is everyone okay?
You see Amelie, who looks a slight bit battered, and a whole bunch of rubble on the floor in this area.
Amelie, talk to me. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Just wasn't watching where I was going. But thank you.
So what else you guys want to do?
Wasn't Ilaria? Were you checking this door over here?
Yeah, I was gonna try and check the door and open it.
A quick question, DM: is this cask small enough that I can carry it without it, encumbering me or anything?
You can carry it, but I don't see that there would be a way for you to carry it without it at least taking up one of your arms. Unless you're gonna figure some way on how to take something from your inventory and strap it to you somehow. Or, maybe if you're nice enough, old Rogar over there let you put it in his box. But it is a small cask, so I mean you'd be if you don't figure out some way to transport it other than carrying it, it would take up one of your arms to hold it.
Okay, so for right now, I'm gonna wait till nobody's really watching me, and I'm gonna kind of arrange it and kind of hide it among the other casks and stuff here to try to make it blend in, be out of sight, with the intention that I'm gonna come back for it before we leave.
Okay. Ames, you don't hear anything on the other side of that door?
I was checking it for traps. I wasn't listening.
Okay, yeah, you didn't find any traps. Nothing going on.
As
there.
I
Party don't.
As I see Gil hide the flask or cask, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna be like, "How about that drink?" And I'm gonna hold my flask up to him, as if to gesture him to take the first drink.
I want to go inside.
Oh yeah, I'll take a drink, and then I'll offer it back to you.
As you sip this, it's probably one of the finest brandies you've ever tasted. It's just chock full of bouquet of the ingredients that were used to make it, and it's so aged to perfection. It's just something you feel that would be appropriate to offer a king as a gift.
Roach doesn't hesitate to wait and see what happens to Gil. He immediately takes a drink afterwards out of respect for the drink.
Sure, and you experienced the exact same thing. And it also seems, since it's been fermenting for so long, that it's pretty potent as well. Like it wouldn't take much to get drunk on.
Like, roll a Constitution save.
Roach tilts his head back with a nice little grin and says, "This is the best I've ever tasted. I can honestly say there's only one thing that's going to top this off." He pulls out his pipe and takes a puff.
You all smell the very familiar smell of kif burning in the air. Okay, Ilaria.
I should have rolled again for you. Sorry.
You want to look around that room? When you walk in, you see 4 plain straw pallets and bedrolls. They're kind of lined up on the floor. It looks like this particular quadrant of the tower has been turned into some kind of like a small barrack. There's brackets on the walls that hold a number of weapons. There's some spears and swords, morning stars and such.
Any plate mail?
No plate mail.
You just want that plate mail.
Look, man, I have my goals. I'm working toward them.
So nothing fancy in here.
Well, as you're kind of looking over the weaponry that's on the wall, you see that there's the exact amount of what's in there is there's 5 spears, 4 long swords, 3 morning stars, 2 great swords, and a fine quarterstaff.
Holy shit.
A fine quarterstaff?
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And a partridge and a partridge.
You guys, give me just 1 second. I'll be right back. I've got to tell these kids to pipe it down.
I wanna grab the quarterstaff.
Okay. You take a look at it, see what's going on with it.
How many steps do you need over there?
The Queen of Steps.
Shut up!
I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You've got a moment to
Queen
kind
of
of take a look at
Scotland.
it. There's no immediate danger to the party right now, so you've got a moment to look at it. And you notice it's engraved with kind of like stylized feathers, and it's surprisingly light. It only weighs about a pound.
This is coming with us. Did any of the other weapons look as nice as this?
Bless you.
No, not by any means.
I'm gonna walk around like a boss with
They look like standard weapons that have been used and abused a little bit. You know, nothing too horrible.
Why do you need 2 staffs, you weirdo?
They're in decent. They're in decent shape, but nothing special. But this particular quarterstaff, it looks very nice. Look very nice.
All right, sorry about that.
Can I Arcana check it?
Sure.
I really want to Arcana check it.
Yeah, Americana
I got
check it.
to know. Roll high. Ooh, that's high.
You're checking it out, and it doesn't really bring up anything from your knowledge of magic, and I'm just gonna kind of go ahead and give it to you that it doesn't really seem that there's anything particularly magical about the weapon. It's ornate and it's nice, and it's very light. It seems to be made out of some kind of wood that makes it considerably lighter than most woods that you would make a staff out of. Like it probably worth a little bit more than your average quarterstaff, but you really don't get the feeling that it's magical.
All right, are you guys ready to head out?
Bless you.
No,
David still definitely wants to look at that
there's
thing.
definitely a door over here.
There's 4 doors, okay? And we gotta go back and get that stuff off of Alex.
Oh yeah.
I'm a doppelganger.
What?
I'm a doppelganger.
Right,
So,
nudges Gil. We can't forget the cask.
Oh, I'm not gonna forget it, mate. I'm just wondering if I pick
somebody
it up
wanting to open this? Was that what was
Open
going
what?
on? Well, I heard Hirogar say there's definitely a door over here. And that,
I'm
There
away.
it is.
I fear for your safety. Stand back, and I'll take care of the door. And Hirogar listens for a second, but not long enough to hear anything if there is something, and then kicks open the door.
Emily,
Where's the door?
Right where we're standing.
Emily, are you hearing this?
It's on the other side.
Yeah, barely.
You're not going to see it.
Sorry. Trying not to go through a coughing fit.
Mary, sorry guys, we're a little sick.
That's fine.
It's all clear.
Understatement of the year.
And Ilaria, as you step into that area, you also trip a tripwire.
Crap.
And
Yeah, I stepped into the area.
And the trap that was already sprung somehow has re-triggered its. I'm just kidding.
So I just stumble like an idiot. Got it.
Yeah, you stumbled through the wreckage there.
What is this here? Is this a wall?
I think that's a wall.
Yeah, it's just a wall.
I know, because it's all blacked in and it's driving me crazy. I can't see what's there.
Please unblock it,
It's a
Dio.
wall.
Please.
I'm fine with it being
No, it's
blocked in. I just can't really see the wall.
yeah. The line of sight thing is probably just too close to the edge.
Yeah. I didn't do this map, guys, so you can blame the people who
This
did
is
the
the
map.
last room, though, I think.
What's the last room?
I think we're going through
this
the last
is
room now.
outside, and this is where we started.
Yep.
I'm going to get my cask, and then I'm going to go back to where Sildar and the others are.
Okay.
I'm going to go back down here, and I'm going to loot Alex's dead corpse. And if he's not dead, I'm going to murder him myself. I mean, what?
Actually, he's not there.
No! Where's his stuff?
He's totally not there.
I
Well,
wanted that fucking...
I mean, it was the doppelganger, wasn't it? That's what we're
Well,
going with.
is his pipe there?
Doppelganger!
Yeah, is his stuff there?
No.
I'm a
Where's his stuff at?
doppelganger.
Damn it, where'd it go?
Ma'am!
Mom, Dad took my toys away! Damn it. That would have been so good for me! You guys wouldn't let me go back for it sooner!
Who stopped you?
We were in a mile of fights. Why would you go back for it whenever we're
When we
fighting
had
with
that
15,000
short rest
people?
before we fought, not this last game, but the game before, I wanted to go and come back down here and get the stuff from Alex. You guys are all like, no,
Well, yeah.
don't
You made
do
a choice.
that.
You made a choice not to go do it, though. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have gotten caught outside right before that huge fight, and then what are we gonna do
Is
to
this
protect
just
you?
a wall too?
Yes.
Okay.
Is
Alright, I think
Gundren awake?
No, Gundren's out of it, guys. It's kind of like how you found Sildar last time. You're probably gonna have to get him somewhere, and get him some care and some food and some sleep before he's.
Okay, just to
Gonna be
try,
doing
just to
anything.
test it, I take my water skin, which has the dwarven brandy in it, and kind of put it up to his mouth and like under his nose and stuff, and see if it rouses him at all.
His nostrils flare and his eyebrows raise. It definitely caught his attention, but he's not opening his eyes. He's not speaking. He's not doing anything.
You mean he doesn't pull a Monterey Jack from Chippendale Rescue Rangers?
No, sure doesn't.
Like when he smells cheese.
Exactly.
Yeah, no cartoonish reaction from Gundren. He's
All right.
That good old BBC.
Well, then I say, sir, you rest up, and when you're feeling a little better, have I got a treat for you?
Yeah, he's in the kind of shape where you feel that it's going to take at least one of you, if not a couple of you, to carry his ass back to camp.
Sildar will help.
I've already got one arm full with a dwarven barrel. Somebody else will have to help with Gundren.
Devith
You know
picked
what?
up,
Sildar stands up and says, I'll carry him. He's not that heavy. And he picks him up. You can see he's really struggling because he's an older guy, and he probably doesn't have the strength he once had once he was a young, adventurer. But he manages to get Gundren thrown over his shoulder, and he's gonna carry him. You get the feeling like he probably wouldn't have let anyone else carry him. This is somebody he knows well, and he definitely feels that it's his duty to get him back to safety.
Devith collected that chainmail and the sword and all that other crap from the other room.
Mm-hmm.
He'll go back with all that.
Go back to where?
Wherever they're going next. Are we going back to town? Are we done shaking this place down, or?
Gil's about ready to get the fuck out of here.
I think we need to go take Gundren back to Phandelver.
Down, yeah, get him some rest and brew
Hey,
food.
TM.
Mm-hmm.
I want to shoot an arrow out that window from where I am.
Do it.
Oh my god.
You know that's so hard if you hit someone.
Mm.
So, Amelie, are you leaving the wolves behind? You're abandoning them?
No, they're coming with me. I'm gonna whistle for them.
Okay, well, as you whistle for them, the sound reverberates through these stone halls. They definitely hear you come running your way. Braxman was, expertly fires his arrow through this arrow window out into nothing.
Through one door, past Devith, and in through the arrow window.
Yep,
And he did that like an expert, you're saying?
absolutely.
Nice.
Like a boss.
Well, guys, should we perhaps head out then and start making our way to Phandelver?
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Emily walks out the side building. Or the side exit.
Yep, I'm going out this way.
Are you all going out different ways, or what's going on here?
I went out this way. Yeah, that's the way I just went out.
This way is where I went out to.
My
Okay.
shit crashed, so I'm reloading it.
Okay.
But I'll
Well-
follow whichever way Emily's going.
As you
We're
guys are taking off, this troll busts in through the back right at Devith.
What?
Are you serious?
Because he's
Back?
AFK. The troll.
What? Hey! I loaded back in. My guy's moving.
Yes! Murder him!
Gosh.
Death.
Murder hobo, murder hobo.
I'm a troll.
I'm a troll.
I'm a doppelganger.
I'm a doppelganger.
Alright. So,
Okay. That was me again. I'm like, wait. Oh, it's switching things.
let's see here.
How long is
As
it
you
gonna take
guys-
us to get back to Phandelin?
A day. As you guys emerge, a little over a day. As you guys emerge from the castle into the thickets of the trees and such, you notice that it's a very different scene than when you went in. It happens to be the break of dawn, and the sun shining.
Is it beautiful?
Not as bright as it would be, say at like noontime or anything, but there's definitely some light going on. And give me a second here. And you guys do not encounter anything on your trip back. It does take you a good day and a half to get back because well, you guys are walking. You're carrying a big ass chest with a chest in it and a cask of. So somewhere when you're meeting up, excuse me, on the Tribor Trail to the road that leads to Phandelin, you guys are gonna need to either walk through until you get to Phandelin through the night, or camp out or something.
Let's camp out. Easier.
You guys
So then
wanna camp out?
we have a long rest, right? If we do it. Ostensibly.
Well, if we meet nobody along the trail, why don't we just go all the way back to town?
Because
I
I
mean,
don't,
we
I
organize
agree.
there.
I don't want to stress
I'll
out.
stick at that.
I mean, we
Okay.
get our long rest there at town.
A better rest with a bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know that we're not going to meet anybody the rest of the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, meta people.
So what do you guys want to do?
We should camp for sure.
I say we make a camp here and rest through the
Camp.
night.
Camp.
Alright, we'll camp.
Alright. So who's pulling guard?
Devith.
Rogar will take first one.
Why are you offering up Devith?
So we could have the rest of the night together, of course.
Ew.
Ew.
Devith will take last watch.
It is my goal that you guys get grossed out at least once.
Well, let's work.
Devith will
it.
take
Maximus
last
will
watch.
take
That
second
way we
watch.
get most of the night together.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the 3 watches.
It's what? Rogar will go second?
Rogar, Roach, and then Devith.
Devith. Okay. Ooh.
What up?
No.
And Devith is meditating on his watch, damn it, because he can do that both at the same time. He can still sense everything out there.
Okay. During third watch, during Devith's watch, you notice from probably around do you have night vision? I mean dark vision?
Yes, he does.
He does have dark vision. Okay, you can see from probably about 60 feet out, coming down the trail from this direction, that there is a group of 3 orcs walking your direction.
Well, 3 orcs, eh? And I'm the only one awake, right?
You're the only one awake, and you guys didn't say anything about making campfire or anything like that, so you really haven't done anything to bring attention to yourselves, and they're kind of talking amongst each other as they're walking. They're not really looking too hard, so you definitely have the opportunity to make some kind of decision before you're seen.
Well, I would
Quickly, everyone. Let's try and
I'm the only one awake.
That's what I say.
So Devis all like, so I'm gonna sneak away and let these orcs murder my party in their sleep.
Later, nerds.
Oh, God. Devis will carefully slink, with his hand on their fucking mouths in case they want to fucking cry out and be retarded. Wake them up, individually one by one, going, yeah, there's people coming. Keep your mouth shut, you tard. And he's doing this with, sign language, too. It's, not him saying it. He's pointing 3 down the road, da-da-da.
They're walking fairly slowly and still haven't spotted you. They're probably at least a good 45 feet out. And I want everybody give me a stealth roll real quick to see how loudly you wake up.
Oh, God.
Rogar, -5.
I totally want to be snoring super loud. Can I just
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh,
Do
we're
remember,
so loud.
guys, that
so
we have inspiration.
Oh, hey, should we all re-roll this?
I would like to use inspiration to re-roll mine.
Go for it.
I am not going to re-roll mine.
Okay. So, Rogar wakes up, and as Dev attempts to wake him up, but you get the feeling like maybe he wasn't having the greatest dream, and when you woke him up, he was... Exactly. And it definitely brought attention, and and these orcs have definitely spotted the encampment, and seem to be moving with an intent.
What's going on? Why'd you wake me up?
So,
shut your mouth. There's orcs down the road.
Orcs? I thought you could handle orcs.
There's 3 of them.
Okay, so
Since
as you guys
woke up stealthily, I'm gonna try to slip away from the rest of the party who's being noisy.
Agreed.
Just leave us to die.
Me and my
Not
me and my
leaving you,
wolves.
but I'm trying to get to a place where when they look over and see all this noise, I'm not there being seen.
I know, I'm just giving you shit.
Me and my wolves would like to do the same.
Okay.
Now, I accidentally had disadvantage, so my roll was... should I re-roll, or how do you want to do that? Just keep on it. I really don't care.
That's up to you, however you want to do it.
The one on the left is your roll if you hadn't rolled with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, you got your advantage. We can say if you wanted to use your inspiration, it would give you that 13.
No. I rolled it with a disadvantage. It like I said, it doesn't matter anything.
You rolled it with a... Oh, you chose in the queue to roll it with disadvantage?
Well, yeah, the last thing I did was shoot that shot when I was calling my shot out the window. So I'd had it sit on disadvantage when I rolled that.
Oh. Well, right, but... So if it was disadvantage, it would have been the 9. The advantage would have been 13, no?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah.
But like Gil said, the first one you roll is the one on the left anyway. So that's what I said. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, you can re-roll. I don't care. If you want to use your inspiration, I give it to you all. So if you want to use it, by all means.
Fuck it.
Nice. Okay, so you sneak away with Gil and Emily and the wolves.
You know what? Devithus has his staff out and his fist. He's gonna start heading towards the orcs. Straight head on. Fuck it.
I kind of signal for Gil to take up hand for like an ambush.
Okay.
Well, you know, not an ambush, just, you know, attack from the trees.
He'll be the sort of bait for this little shindig.
Right on.
Me and Rogar.
DM, what did you say about me? I couldn't hear you. You broke out like us after you, right before you said. All I heard was my name.
You snuck off with Gil and Roach. Or y'all snuck off.
Awesome.
And my shit messed up too, but I heard Brax was talking about setting up for possibly like an ambush, you know, position. That's what I'm trying to do too.
Sure.
I'm definitely not like when I see that like Amelie's following the wolves, I'm definitely getting the fuck away from these wolves.
Do orcs have dark vision?
Excuse me.
Damn, salute, mate.
Please give me a moment here. I just went dizzy.
Are you done trying to die on us?
Okay. Do orcs have dark vision? I'll tell you that in one moment. I believe they do.
I think they do.
I'm okay, baby. Let's see here. Yes, they do have dark vision. They most definitely have dark vision. Alright, guys, let's roll initiative.
I'm not even on this here map.
Well, drag your token out.
I don't think any of us are.
Yeah.
Drag your token out.
Oh, how far away we're doing this shindig, but I guess it's proximate for this map anyway, so.
Yeah, it's you don't have, it doesn't really matter where you're at, just as long as you're out there.
Okay, and then let's see, I gotta drag out Mr. Retardo.
Alright, Devith, you're actually on the other side of the orcs.
Huh? Oh.
And so would Droop be as well if you're pulling him out.
Oh, I thought we were going back to Phandalin. I thought Phandalin was down here.
We were
Phandalin
down
is
here
down
by
here.
me.
Phandalin's down here, and you guys decided to camp out at the crossroads. And these guys came from this direction over here.
Okay.
Oh shit.
It's safe to say, is Sildar gonna stay with Gundren since they're probably not, you know, super...
Yeah, Sildar's more concerned with Gundren than anything else, so you don't even feel like he'd probably be part of the fight.
Okay.
We can handle 3 orcs.
Maybe.
Yeah, not difficult.
Alright, everybody roll?
You said our positions on this map don't matter, right?
Not
Yeah.
really.
Roach hasn't rolled.
I rolled.
You're not in the list.
You're not on the list, but
I was the first one to roll. I got 24.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, it's kind of
select your
weird. You have to
token first.
click on your token before you roll, or it won't pop up in the turn order.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying.
What you can do now is
I drag
token
from my name to the map. How do I pull the token out?
the
Just
token
like
should
that?
come out when you drag from your character sheet to the map. There you go. There you are.
and then you pick your token and roll initiative, and you can change the number to whatever you rolled the first time over in the thing.
And you rolled originally a 24, you said?
Correct.
Holy shit.
Damn!
That's a hell
Yeah.
of an initiative roll.
Look at that.
I tried to change it, and it was 824. All right, guys. So, Roach, you're up first. What do you want to do?
Well, seeing as how speech is free, I want to kind of ask Gil, like, shit. I can't see a fucking thing.
Yeah, me neither, mate.
But I don't want to light the torch yet and give away my position.
Yeah, me neither, mate.
Riveting.
Gil, you look at Gil, and what the little bit of his face you can see, he looks like he's confused and doesn't have any idea what to do.
Okay, well,
All
we're gonna put it like this. You guys got up and heard Devith telling you that orcs were coming, and y'all bolted, right? But you have no idea where you're running.
Bolted off into the darkness.
You ran off into the darkness, and although you can't see them or where you're going, they definitely saw you run off.
Well,
they see you guys kind of standing, 30, 40 feet away, like talking to each other, looking just out into nothing.
It's like pitch black darkness. There's no star. There's no. I can't even see.
There's some moonlight. There's some moonlight.
Oh, if there's moonlight, then clearly I could find my way into some trees.
Yeah, you could. Well, basically, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm
It'd be a dark patch.
Small creature, and with a stealth roll like 22, I'm sure if nothing else, I could probably hide in the shrubs, eh?
Bring us a shrubbery.
It's shrubbery.
And Amelie looks like she bolted off with her wolves. So everybody just left you four there to sit there and battle out these orcs?
Rogue's left too.
I
It's
went.
me and Rogar sitting there alone, and Devith ran towards them.
That's what it looks like.
Open being noisy, so
But
yeah, I'm not gonna stay out there.
Hilaria, where'd they all go? Why are they running away?
Because we're loud and obnoxious sleepers.
Okay, Roach, what do you want to do?
Well, I guess I'm gonna fucking light a torch and I'm gonna throw it out there in the center of the road.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm hidden already, so maybe I am or not. I don't know what we ruled out. Anyway, it's gonna be a fucking little flame flying from the bushes. Fuck yeah.
Only you can prevent prairie
I can't
fires.
hit it if I can't see it.
That's not true.
So give me an attack roll. Just for aiming purposes to see if it
My
lands.
bad. That was a save. Hang on.
You know what? Why not? Dexterous? Sure. That was good enough. You were very dexterous with your torch, and it pretty much landed basically exactly where you wanted it to.
Cool. Now, does it cast like a shadow or anything off the trees, make it a little harder to see in the dark spots? Well, probably not because they've got night vision. Well, that's meta, but whatever.
Well, this map is not set up for dynamic lighting, so you're just gonna have to deal with that. Can you see now?
That's cool. As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna.
Can you see now?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of try to skulk back into the trees and, hope they can't see me and just call it what it is.
Well, they don't necessarily see you, but they know, unless you're running off in a direction through the trees, they know your exact location because they saw this lit torch fly from you.
Well, you could use your action to do to take the hide action.
Well, I figured my action was throwing the torch.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's right.
You pulled out a
So,
torch, you lit it, and you threw it. That's pretty much all the action you're gonna get.
What I would like to do is just kind of use my movement to move as far north as I can, like up towards Gillingham, to where I can still see what's what with the orcs, and be able to loose an arrow at them on my next turn.
All right. We'll theater of the mind that one because these squares are
Right. Yeah.
a lot
That's
of
why I said
space.
this. Whatever movement I've got, I'll just move north a bit, so that way I'm not standing right where the torch came from.
Sure. Okay.
And that will be all.
All right, Ilaria, you're up. What do you want to do?
After I was woken up, I would have grabbed for my crossbow, and I'm just gonna shoot one of these fuckers in the face. Well, shoot them, not a called shot.
Okay. See what you
Light
got.
crossbow. Not as good with my staff. God.
Yeah, you definitely missed.
I'm still sleepy. I'm still waking up. My aim's not there.
Ilaria wiping the sleep out of her eyes is having a bad time at trying to aim this weapon.
Almost hit Devith as he runs towards him.
Run, shit.
Is there anything else you wanted to do, Ilaria, besides loose that crossbow?
Nah, I'm just gonna stay put. Let them come to me.
All right,
Rogar,
you're up.
Staff, what they do.
And Devith follows.
Krogar is gonna get up and make a bunch of noise at the orcs. Try to distract them. Like, hey, come over here! Come and get me!
Okay. They haven't got their movement yet, and neither of you, so they're probably and I totally shouldn't have allowed Gil to get to the woods because in reality that's way fucking far away. But I already said it, so we're gonna roll with it.
This map doesn't matter, right?
Right. It doesn't, but it gives a general representation of the area you're in, and it's just kind of plains. There's not really any trees in the area that you're in, but I did tell you that you could go hide the trees, so boom, there's some trees that you're hiding in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're the stupidest fucking campers ever. We just camp out in the middle of the plain next to the road.
Right.
We think till it's 60 feet away. That's
I guess
horrible.
so.
Yep, pretty much. But it's no big deal. You're in a small little. There's a little thing of trees there that you guys are hiding in. There's like 4 or 5 trees in a bunch that seem inconspicuous, with a torch that just flew from it. But yeah, it's all good. It's not a big deal. Now they're still about 40 feet out from you guys. So Rogar, I don't know what you want to do, if you have a ranged attack.
Oh no, I don't want to attack him. I'm just gonna take the dodge action.
So you're gonna make some noise and then take the dodge action.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yep. All right, Devith, you're up, and Gil, you follow. Devith?
Yeah. How far roughly are they?
They're about 40 feet out.
Damn. And how far would have Devith have gotten before combat stops? Or is that the combat started, that's where they are?
Well, Devith, I wasn't aware that Devith took off anywhere.
Yeah, he was already headed towards them whenever, everybody's running off to the trees.
You rushed up at him?
Yeah, he was moving towards them whenever, after Gil and then moved off to the trees because he was tired of, answering Rogar's weird questions.
We'll say that you got half your movement because you had to use part of it to get up. No, you didn't, because you weren't asleep.
Yeah, I wasn't asleep. He was knew they were coming.
Well, if you said you rushed up on him, man, you could definitely make it to him in this turn.
Alrighty. There's 3 of them, and that's our torch that was thrown at them, apparently?
Yeah. It was Roach's torch.
Okay, well. Fuck it. Devith is gonna come to the first one here, and we're gonna start swinging for the fences here.
Alright.
We're gonna swing with the staff. We're probably gonna give him a good 3 strikes. Oop, wrong side. Yep, that one. That's the one I want.
That's a hit.
Hey, it's a heat.
And oh, these son of a bitches. Okay, that's a hit. You hit him pretty hard. He's hurt, but he's not out of the fight yet.
Ugh.
And you oh, you tried some fancy kung fu shit there, and I need a roll of 100 from you, buddy. We definitely got our critical fail of this.
Whoops. Crap. Sorry. I'm just gonna do this.
Oh.
Wait.
Wait.
Go
Oh,
up
that's.
100?
What'd you roll?
No, I rolled a straight 100 and
58.
just rolling
Is what he rolled.
the actual. There we go. Yeah, 58.
58. All right. So, Devith decides that he's gonna do this fancy kung fu strike with his hands, and stumbles a bit. It gets disoriented, and he hits his nearest ally, but doubles the damage.
Nice.
So we're gonna say that the nearest ally to you is going to be Roach. Oh, wait, Roach, you said you ran.
Yeah, he was at the trees. There is
Roach
no
is
ally
with,
really.
with Gil and Emily.
No
Yeah.
one's close to him.
Yeah, he's all out by himself.
I had used my movement to go up north, well, as close as I could to Gil.
Devith comes running back to Alaria and me just to kick one of us.
Actually,
Apparently.
you hit Droop.
Droop wasn't up
Yeah,
there.
of course he was. He's your little minion, dude. He follows you everywhere like a puppy dog.
Oh, bye, Droop. He's dead.
He got tired of him following him
I
around.
thought Droop's thing wasn't that he. I thought Droop did not go into melee combat. Like I thought that was
Yeah,
one
he
of
wouldn't
his
have ran up
traits.
there.
He's
He didn't, but he didn't go into combat or anything.
Yeah. He didn't run up to attack anybody. He's just staying with his master. You didn't tell him specific. I didn't hear you tell him specifically to stay behind.
Yeah, that's just a common sense thing because he's never got any close-up weapons.
He's a half-retarded goblin, and you're arguing common sense. Come on.
Whatever. I don't care.
Half?
What am I doing? What am I doing to this dummy?
You doubled damaged on him, so you hit him for 8 points of damage.
Well, he's dead.
What's his max total?
7.
Oh, that fucking just nailed it, dude.
Anyways, do I get to make my third attack or
He
what?
actually died. Yeah,
He's
you
not
can make
dead.
your third.
He's unconscious
he
and
is
dying.
unconscious.
No, he's dead.
But
I don't care.
No, he was at 7. He went down to -1, so now he's at 0 and he's unconscious.
Sorry, buddy. He was at 1, and he just got 8
What?
points of damage
Well,
caused
they
to
just
him,
had a rest.
and his max is
We
7.
hadn't finished the rest though. This was during our rest period.
Oh, I thought you said he had 7.
No, that's his max. He only has 1.
No, I figured he would have got
Yeah,
some
he's
of that.
fucking dead.
He's
Whatever.
fucking dead. Yeah.
I don't care.
You totally destroyed him. Gil,
So-
yeah, Gil. You don't hear it, but Gil is like, finally, he fucking killed a goblin.
Can Gil see that with his lack of vision?
Well, there's a torch out there, so I'm sure he can see what's going on.
That's my last one.
All right. So, and you're attacking the same guy?
Yeah.
Man,
Okay.
So far, Devith has done the most damage to our party in terms of members.
So he's... Wait. What just happened? I deleted the torch, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
So, okay. You can tell us how that happened, well, as I pull the torch back out.
Well, after apparently killing Droop, he just kind of turns around, shrugs it off, and spin kicks the orc and at his head and watches him, flip sideways, head against the ground first.
What a dick! Instead of going into a rage out of pure sadness of murdering his little fucking follower, he just shrugs it off and fucking. Oh wow, man! All right, so
Hey, as long as it wasn't Emily, he's fine.
okay. So your turn's done. Is there anything else you want to do? Anybody else you
That's
want to
like
murder
it.
in your party?
Let's murder all of them. Fuck it. We'll go for them all. Emily,
Okay.
you're the only one standing up after this.
So far, it's wolves and Droop. Is there any other innocents, helpless innocents you want to murder who might be trying to help us?
Yeah, Amelie, you might want to keep him away from Carp. You know.
That old lady at the Shrine of Luck. Or that, not old lady, but that woman at the Shrine of Luck.
Right.
We can add her to the list. It's okay.
Yeah, we need to be careful with anything that follows our party, because Devin is gonna eventually kill it.
First
Anything
the
cute and
wolves,
adorable,
now,
right?
Now it's Droop.
The what?
First the wolf, now the Droop.
Yep.
The Droop.
Well, all right. So nothing else. Then Gil, you're up, and Declan follows Gil.
Gil goes, right on, Devith.
Yeah,
I knew you could kill a goblin if you put your heart into it. And then I shoot at this one.
Okay.
With my longbow.
And that's a hit.
All right. Quick question: does that kill him or not quite?
It not quite. Pretty damn close though.
Then I make it a goading attack, which means I spend a superiority die and I get to add another D8 to it.
Right on.
I am retarded. I could have used my inspiration. Whatever.
Could have.
Droop wasn't worth it.
I guess
I know,
not.
right?
I forgot I had inspiration. I never have it, okay?
Now, does that kill him?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You want to tell me what happens?
It just sticks in his chest and knocks him back a little bit, and he just slumps down in pain and falls on his face, and the arrow snaps, and he just kind of quivers there as he slowly dies.
Right. An occasional twitch every once in a while as he bleeds.
And then I move over to get kind of behind Rogar. Not immediately behind him, but I want Rogar between me and the remaining orc.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for the light, Roach. I wouldn't have been able to hit him if you hadn't have thrown the light out there. I appreciate it.
You know how we roll.
She's having a coughing fit, guys.
Yeah,
Give her a second.
I'm done.
Sorry. My wolves are gonna stay right there beside me for right now.
Okay.
But when I move, they'll move.
Okay.
And I am going to shoot my an arrow loose at the remaining one.
Okay. That's a hit.
Yes. And then after that, after I let that loose, I'm gonna run over to Gil, to beside Gil, putting party members between me and this guy.
Oh, hey there.
What up?
Did you get some sleep?
I did. It was very well.
Well, some lovely bedside chit chat there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't quite finish my sleep. I'm ready to get back to it.
Kroger is still mostly asleep.
All right, it's the orc's turn, and he's gonna try to redeem his fallen brothers, and Devin's the only one that's close enough for him to attack. So he is going to take a swipe at Devith with his great axe. And he crits on you.
Damn.
With 11 plus 6, so that's 17 points of slashing. That was nice.
That was for Drew.
Devith, did you hear
Yeah.
any of that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I took
okay.
it. I
I didn't
got
hear
my
you respond or anything, so.
Devith, I guess that guy didn't notice that you're on his team.
Jeez.
All right, and he's done. He's not gonna do anything else. And Roach is up, followed by Larry.
I'm gonna loose an arrow at him.
Let's see it.
Missed. Just kidding.
Your arrow lands, and that 1d8. What's that for?
Colossus Slayer, he was already damaged.
He was already damaged. All right. Well, with that, with your Colossus Slayer addition, it takes him out. So tell me how that goes down.
As he's shouting and raising his arms and the such, Roach looses an arrow, and it finds its mark directly under his arm. As it goes into his chest, it pierces his heart in both lungs, and the arrow is nowhere to be seen. It doesn't exit, and it was just the right size to completely fit into his body.
Awesome.
He falls
A
lifeless to
miniature
the ground.
arrow.
We call that the JFK shot.
Hell yeah.
Back and to the left.
All right, guys. So, were you guys gonna try to finish out your rest here?
Yeah. Kroger just slumps back to the ground.
Yep.
Everybody just kind of lays back
This
down.
whole fight.
It's not taking up watch anymore. Somebody else can do it.
This whole fight was just hilarious for Rogar, because he's just like startled awake. He like gets up and like yells randomly into the darkness, and then goes back to sleep. That was his contribution to the fight.
So who's gonna take over this last watch?
Devith just kind of walks off, sort of away from everybody, and just kind of sits down. God, fuck this shit.
I go up to Devith and sit beside him and pull his head to my chest and just rubs his head.
Yeah.
Well, seeing as how I'm already awake and there's a torch about, I'll take the last watch.
Okay.
Gil needs sleepy.
And you finish through the rest of your sleep, guys, without any interruption. So, it is now morning time. Probably midday almost, because by the time you guys crashed, it was pretty late. And if you're gonna do your full 8 hours of rest, you're probably looking at around 10 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So take whatever, put your heals back up, all your spells, get refreshed, and let me know when you're finished with that so we can continue on.
Does that include Devith?
Yeah, it includes Devith. That heartless goblin killer.
Oh.
When I wake up, I go over to Roach and I say, "Friend, you seem to have a keen ability to do maximum damage whenever somebody else has already weakened the foe. What do you call that ability? Is it stealing pickings? Is it kill steal plus? You have a name for it?"
I do, mate. It's called cleaning up the mess of those who can't.
Oh!
Damn!
I clap him on the back and laugh heartily.
Roach does the same thing. He lets a loud laugh and he pulls out his flask and offers you another drink.
I take a swig from it and give it back to him.
Nice.
And he immediately takes one after.
Hair of the dog, am I right?
Sounds like Roach and Gil are getting along for. They're becoming battle buddies. All right. So is everybody healed up and good to go?
Yep.
Yep.
And crickets.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're all asleep.
If anybody wants to take a break, this would be a good time. It's 11, so
Yeah. Well, I was actually going to suggest that because I need to go have a coughing fit and get out some of this lemon shit. So,
all right. Well, make sure you're
minutes.
sit down when you do it, dude, so you don't fucking get lightheaded and fall.
yeah.
It wouldn't be
did
the
actually
first time
earlier.
he's done that.
I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine DM Whitebeard passing out.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck you guys.
That's why I'm saying it, man. I've seen it happen myself.
Jack up.
I've seen him do it.
For those of you who are unaware, night we were gaming, and we've been smoking and drinking, and Bunny was rubbing my shoulders and my head, and I was sitting in my chair, and I literally just fucking passed out. Like I went to sleep while she was rubbing me, and fell over to my side.
Wait.
That's not what we're talking about.
Hold on. He's
Hold
telling the
on.
first part of the story before he gets to the second one.
Oh, okay, good.
And I fell asleep while she was rubbing my shoulders, and I fell over to my left side into the lap of the girl that was sitting next to me, and literally woke up in her lap, looking up at her face, going, "What the fuck?" And I stood up and tried to shake it off like it wasn't no shit, and as soon as I stood up, I fucking face planted. Like
While everybody was coming inside.
You stood straight up and then lost consciousness and just fucking fell.
Okay, wait. Okay.
No. That's not exactly how it went. I stood up, I took a step, I tripped over the guitar rack, and I fucking face planted.
You were turning around as you hit the guitar stand, and then you face planted.
No, he stands up. He looks out towards the door and he says, "Well, I know one thing for sure. I'm not fucking driving tonight. You are." And he starts to point. And as he starts to point, it's like he followed his arm and fucking went face first to the floor.
That's right.
That's true.
Yep.
This is all true.
Doing the jiggle dance on the floor.
I expected to see some blood, but not a freaking scratch on him.
So that's why I'm saying sit down when you have your coffin fit.
Oh yeah. I was more worried about your floor than I was my head.
You are pretty hard-headed.
He can't feel too bad because their other roommate, a few months later, passed out on his way out of the bathroom. He fell and hit his face on the door and knocked out 2 teeth.
Yep.
That's true.
Fucked him up bad. Alright guys, I'm gonna take
We
my
get
break.
fucking tore up from the floor up around here, mate.
Yeah, we do. It's party night when we fucking play. Alright, so 11:15, I'll see you guys back.
Alright. Whose stuff's blinking back and forth?
That one's not me. I'm sure my headset's done it a few times today, though.
It's like a weird, kind of like they're softly hitting their mic every so often.
Yeah. My headset's disconnected a few times.
Earlier, Ames, it sounded like you were eating a fucking Coke can.
I was hitting a Pringles can. I had a Pringles can.
That might have been what it was. It sounded like a billy goat gnawing on a Coke.
What did you made a pipe out of the Pringles can?
That's my Pringles can.
You see that? I sounded like Porky Pig. That's his name, right? So you made a pipe out of a Pringles can, eh?
No, good lord. That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Yeah, that's a classic.
Some people call me Pringles Dick.
Howdy, partner.
I think some people call me the Space Cowboy.
The Space Cowboy, really?
Some people call
No,
me
the Space
Gangster of
Cowboy
Love.
was Luke Skywalker.
Some people call me Maurice. And I can't remember what comes after that because I'm a loser and I've only heard that. I haven't heard it enough to know.
Don't worry now, Mama.
Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now.
Okay, I think
No,
you're mixing songs then.
He was telling you what comes next in that same song. But I would say don't worry because that song sucks. And Steve Miller Band.
Wow.
Fucking hack.
I'm feeling personally attacked right now.
I have this thing about Steve Miller Band. It's fucking gimmicky garbage.
So, are we level 6 yet?
No.
No, but I would imagine we're at least close to level 4.
Right?
After that whole castle thing.
That's what I said.
I would like to be level 4.
Yeah, 4 is dope.
If not now, maybe when we
He said we have one more place to go before we can level. Because I asked him about it. Because I was like, we killed more people in this fucking castle. We've probably killed the whole rest of the campaign. You can tell me we're not leveling?
I say we start a mutiny? Someone else takes over as DM just long enough to say we level, and then we give it back to Whitebeard.
I say we leveled. There you go.
Awesome.
Hey, Whitebeard, this is a private chat. Nobody else can hear me, but they're trying to mutiny against you.
Alright. Wait, I'll say it in my DM voice. Alright, everybody, let me tell you what's going to happen now.
Oh my god! Yes!
You are all going to hit level 4, but you cannot tell the DM that you have right now.
Oh my god, I love it!
I'll be right back.
That's a voice I've never heard you do, man.
Oh, this is nothing. This is Vladimir. I talk like this back in the old country, you know, like in Mother Russia.
You do a much better Russian than you do American.
God, yes.
It's because they're closer, slightly. No, that's not true.
Well, it's a work in progress anyway.
Technically speaking, Russia is closer to the United States than wherever he is from.
I'm not sure that the people in my country would like the comparison, my friend.
Yeah, I guess you're right. The border of Russia is technically closer.
Yeah. As Sarah Palin would say, we can see it out our backyard.
I can see Russia from my house.
You know nothing about the dance hall if you don't smoke the herb. Where did everybody go?
Away from your scary Russian accent.
This is not very comforting, you know.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Man, I don't even know what I would get at level 4.
Shit.
Wait, I think I found one last time. It was in Xanathars. Speaking of which, somebody ordered me a physical copy of Xanathars for Christmas, so I'm happy. I'm gonna be getting that soon.
Nice.
Which one did I leave out? 12.
That's the first book that I've wanted in a while. Physical book.
Yeah.
Well, that and Tales from the Yawning Portal would be good too.
Mm-hmm. Dwarven Fortitude. Oh, right. That's why I like that one.
Yeah, so we need to be more specific when we camp out from now on and make it clear that we would not camp out and post our guards in the least fucking advantageous way possible.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Really probably comes back down to just how much we smoked and drink the night before, huh?
Don't ever talk like that again. I think I'm gonna have nightmares about that from now on.
Dude, was that a Jeff Wingu impression?
No, dude. This is Jeff, bruh. Oh, wait. No, I forgot. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess that's pretty close to Jeff.
There it is.
I'm really quite hoarse still after all of this Harvey bullshit, so it's kind of hard to pull a lot of accents. Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky hurt. I just don't think he'd understand. That used to be famous, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Governor.
So apparently there's an unofficial supplement called Xanathar's Lost Notes to Everything Else.
Mm-hmm.
One of the new backgrounds is just dead.
I saw that, the name of that one. It kind of made me giggle.
Background, dead. Kind of want to do that.
I want to have a dead background.
Yeah.
I haven't picked a background yet for this new character that I might have to bring in one day. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you for a burp? Who does that?
Me.
So, Gil, are you there? Hello, microphone
Yeah.
check 1 2.
Huh?
Here.
What?
I've been playing with the drone, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. Man. Like it's nice.
It looks cool.
It's a lot of fun, but it gets lonely playing with myself.
I never get bored with it.
Well, I mean, it has its ups and downs.
It's lefts, it's rights.
Yeah, but mainly ups and downs.
Was this a Christmas present for you?
Yes.
Nice.
All right. Let me pop one of these throw lozenges in and we'll get down to it.
All right. Say ah.
Aww.
Oh.
Aww.
I'm AFK for just a couple minutes, but I'm still listening.
Okay.
No, you're not. You just talk to us.
Liar.
I'm technically not at my computer either. But I'm just smoking out back.
Yeah, same.
Right
I'm
on.
grabbing some water. No one's by their computer.
Wireless headphones for the win.
Yep.
I know, right?
I agree.
Best thing I ever bought myself.
Fuck yeah.
Which ones do you have?
Logitech.
G930s?
I think so.
Yeah, that's what I have.
I bought it about a year or two ago. I snapped the piece above the actual part that goes on your ear that it rotates on. Duct taped it up like a pro.
If you can't duck it, fuck it, right?
Got some super glue too, but the duct tape's holding, so I'm not fucking taking it apart to super glue it.
I wouldn't. All right, so as you guys are waking up and getting all your gear together, packing up whatever sleeping gear, bedrolls, whatever you guys had, getting ready to go, Sildar notices a blade that Devith kind of has slung over his shoulder. And he pulls out his own blade, the one he's carrying, and points it at Devith. And he says, "Hey, where'd you get that from?"
Sildar does this?
Yeah. And you see, like, a fire in his fucking eyes.
As soon as he does, knowing his reputation for fucking up situations, Roach clearly makes it known that, he found it in some rubble back at the tower.
Shit!
Whatever
right?
what the little guy said.
He says, is that right? He says, that's my blade.
Oh!
Whose?
That's my blade. It was taken from me when I was taken. That's my seal. That's my Neverwinter seal on the hilt.
Wait. So you're from Neverwinter. We found you in a cave. Yet, how to get all the way into the castle?
That's a fine right question, isn't it? I wouldn't suppose you'd know, would you?
I definitely wouldn't. But if you're aiming for a fight, well...
I'm aiming for that sword right there. I'll take it if I have to.
David looks at the sword, pulls it from his pack. Sildar. Then he stabs it in the ground and walks away.
Right on. He walks over and inspects it. He nods accordingly, like it was exactly what he thought it was. And he sets it in his sheath. And
so that's why. And no, I did not know that beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're adding things up for me in a way. But no. Honestly, I did not know that. I just thought I heard you say it was a sword from Neverwinter's Crest and all that, so.
Yeah. He was trying to steal it.
But no, honestly, I've never actually.
Well, he was more successful in stealing that than any of the other things he took.
Dennis honestly doesn't need a damn sword. He's got his staff in his hands.
Right.
He actually turns around real quick and looks at Sildar and is like, well, if it's worth anything to you, I don't know, but there's also some chainmail and some other crap I dug up there. It's probably yours too, huh?
He just looks at you like he's nodding at you like probably so, but that he doesn't really care much about it. He cared about that sword. That sword was what was important to him, probably more so than anything he had on him when he was taken.
Is Gundren more awake and aware now?
Somewhat. He is. I mean, I mean, I know rules is written. He should be fucking sunshine rainy day right now, you know. But I really can't see it being that way after, you know, a couple weeks of being a prisoner and tied up and malnourished and.
I offered him some of the dwarven brandy to see if he has more of a stomach for it now, maybe, than earlier.
He kind of looks at you and nods and takes your water skin and takes a swig out of it. And seems really surprised. Like he was expecting water. And he tastes this fruity bouquet, fine dwarven brandy, and he just smiles from ear to ear. I mean, he's visibly worn, and you know, he's still in rough looking shape, but he gives you that grin through it all,
as if this may have warmed his heart just a touch.
Exactly. He hands it
well,
back.
I say, you take your time, boss. Whenever you feel like talking, we're ready to listen, but nobody's trying to rush you.
Right. And he seems at this point that he's going to Sildar's gonna hand him that sword that he was carrying before he got his sword back from Devith. And he hands it to Gundren, and Gundren's kind of use it like a crutch or a walking stick, so to say. He seems very intent on walking back into Phandelver on his own accord as opposed to being carried. more so of a pride thing, you know. So I assume the point is to head on back into town.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay. As you guys enter the town, there are quite a few familiar faces from once you'd been here before, and also a few new faces that
Can we remove the torn order box, please? Thank you.
that better.
Yeah, I just have a really small monitor right now.
You don't have the option of removing it? I have to remove it?
Correct.
Oh, I didn't know that. Or I would have got rid of it a long time ago. And you see a few new faces. And everyone seems to kind of have a maybe not necessarily a warm smile at everyone as they come in, but definitely the look of ease on their faces. You know, this town's been tormented for months by this red brand occupancy here, and you know, there were lots of windows that were boarded up from being damaged and things along those lines. And it looks like for the few days, you know, the 5 or 6 days that you guys have been gone on this journey where you did what you did, they feel at ease enough to try to start repairing things. Like, they don't necessarily think it's going to get immediately damaged and shit on all over again. So they're making effort to clean up a little bit. You see a bunch more kids out in the street. More so than you even knew were there, probably because with the element of the red brands around and what they were doing to the women and children of the town.
I didn't even know there were children in Vandalin.
I would like to toss a gold to the closest child I see and tell him, spread the word. Gil, Brax, and the Goonies have returned.
Oh, good lord.
He looks at you and he says, "Thank you, sir. It's no doubt the jetting goons have saved the day." And he runs off.
Curses. I look at Gil and smile.
I call after him as he runs off. We go by the Jets for short.
He says, "Jets for short," and then runs off and tells us. You can hear him telling his little group of pals that were near him, I got a gold from the Jets from short."
Damn.
Shit, mate.
Next thing you know, we're gonna be the short Jets. Which is fine by me. I get that all the time, but. So yeah, Godzilla Hrogar like strolls into town here.
And which where's your destination? Where are you guys heading?
I'm going to the inn.
Whoa, hold on.
I'm going to the inn.
Okay, you're going to the inn?
I'm going to Kayleen's house.
Okay.
I want to stop by Barthen's real quick before I go to the inn.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hee-haw around with Gil.
Okay. Emily, you're gonna need to put a token down here somewhere by the Alderley farm.
Devin will go with Emily.
Okay. And
oh, we've all grouped off. How cute.
And where's Gil and Brax gonna go? Oh, and from your last animal handling check, honey, the wolves they're dead on. They follow your commands. You're the den mother.
That's what's up.
They take their cues now. You had 20 successful, not in a row. I think you had a failure in there somewhere, but you had 20 successful animal handling checks with them, and they're good to go. You could take them through town. They're still gonna, until the town gets used to seeing you leading wolves through town. They're going to probably gasp and run and make sure they're nowhere near the wolves until it becomes a thing, you know, until they get used to seeing these wolves in town on the regular and know that their master is controlling them. But they themselves they'll keep to themselves. They're not going to go attack anybody or anything like that, unless of course you
Those are my babies.
order them to. Unless of course you order them.
So
Right.
enjoy it until Devith kills them.
Yeah, no shit.
That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so Brax and Gil, y'all went off to Barton's, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna say that you guys reach your destination first since it's the closest.
Okay, I don't mean to stay there long. I'm just going to go in and give Barthen the boots that I finished crafting for him. I put the finishing touches on during our last long rest. And say, here you go, friend. Try them on, see how they fit. Then I got some good news for you.
His eyes light up, and he seems to have glossed completely over the fact that you said you had some good news for him. He's just, you feel he's absolutely tickled that you actually brought him some boots you made. Like he's just fucking giddy almost, and he's taking off his shoes and trying the new ones out, and he looks up, you know, with a smile on his face and excitement, and he says, "They fit great, thank you."
Don't mention it. So try this on for size now. You know our short friend, the brave one that seeks the rocks?
Yes, of course.
Word has it that group of heroes goes by the Jets might have saved him and rescued him, and that he's recuperating here in town as we speak.
He looks confused and he says, "Well, from the word around town, it was you guys, and y'all the ones that set off after him, aren't y'all the jetting goons?"
That's the Jets, friend. And then I wink at him.
Aye, the jetting goons. A small voice from below the bar says.
Oh shit, he was about ready to fucking go, "Oh, the Jets it is," but then Roach piped up with the jetting goons, and he seems to stick with that.
Gil rolls his eyes and sighs.
And he wants to let you know that he got some new gear in. If you guys want to take a look at it, he says, I don't know if y'all are interested in any adventuring gear, but I got some of exceptional quality, and you know, like I said before, you guys always get the special price here.
Well, give us a shot. What is it?
And he pulls out this excuse me. He pulls out this very large burlap wrap and unties the twine from on top of it and opens it up. And there's some nothing special like magical or anything, but there's like, instead of just a basic wool roll for a sleeping roll, it's almost like a crafted sleeping bag kind. You know, it has what you would guess to be like down feather in it, and it's quilted, and it's got little ties on the side so you can fold it over and tie it closed. You know, basically
Does it
a
look
sleeping
like a
bag.
dragonborn could fit in it?
That a dragonborn could fit in it? No. Unless it's a small dragonborn.
A human could fit in it.
A human could fit in it, but that's about...
I'm going to look at Gil and say, man, this could be like a travel trailer for me.
Well, yeah, or it could be like a sleeping bag for me. It doesn't smell like halfling.
And you also see this... excuse me.
I'm sorry, but whoever is like eating, can you please turn off your mic? It's
my bad.
Giving me a headache.
The clanging, yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry.
You also see a really nice oh god, I was gonna tell you until I got interrupted.
Sorry.
Fuck, what's it called? Like a sling between trees?
A hammock.
Hammock. You see a really nice hammock that that's actually it's not just crossed rope, it's like braided and really sturdy and looks of exceptional quality. It looks like the rope itself is exceptional quality as well, not just the handcrafting of the item. And the ends of it that tie off are really ornate, and have some like like ivy wrapped into it, and little beads and things like that. It looks really nice. Like well, like I said, it's like a hammock, but it really the things he has, there's nothing super special about them, but it's really nice stuff.
I say these both look excellent. How much do you want for the hammock and the sleeping bag?
He looks at you and he says, "For you, friend, give me 2 gold and I'll give it all."
You're very generous, Barthen. Here, take 4 for your troubles. And I give him 4 gold.
He almost doesn't even notice you're handing him money. He's busy looking at his feet. He's like, he's almost doing a little dance, feeling around in his feet, you know, like moving his feet around in the shoes and all that.
You like those new kicks I see?
Oh yes, they quite nice. And looks up and sees you holding money out to him and takes it. He didn't even look to see what it was. He just took it.
Okay.
Like he wasn't even counting the money or any of that. He just.
Well, I take the hammock and the sleeping bag, and I tell him that.
Well, but before you take it, he basically wraps up. And maybe you misunderstood him, but he wraps up the burlap sack and puts the twine back on top. And there were a few more items in there that we didn't even talk about, and he just gave it all to you.
Oh, I thought that the sack was the sleeping bag. There was other things in it, you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
What else was in it?
Okay, well, you gonna open it there and look around in it?
Yeah, if I'm buying it, because yeah.
Okay.
If it's gonna take a while, I can do it later.
It won't take too long. You open it and kind of root around in there, and you see some. You see a really nice oil lamp in there that looks like, as opposed to it having a glass, the glass lantern part, it's actually like a fine crystal. You know, it's made out of nice crystal. The lantern glass itself. You also see an oil can, and it's not just a standard oil can. It's like it's got some drawings on it, like somebody painted on it. It looks pretty, you know. And you find a crowbar in there as well, and it's it looks like it's made out of a different metal than the iron you're used to seeing them made out of. It's a little bit lighter, you know, and it doesn't have any scratches in it at all. Almost like either it's brand new or whatever metal this is made out of is a lot more resistant to being dented, damaged, and bent, and things along those lines.
All right.
But considering it's all very ornate and the craftsmanship of everything, you get the feeling that this probably all came from one person. Like one person was carrying all this. You don't feel like you don't get the feeling like he just by chance came across these items.
This is some very fine gear, Barthen. Might I ask, if I could be nosy, where do you get fine stuff like this?
Oh, I've got a gentleman that comes in from now and then, and he was hard up for some coin, and you know, gave it to me for a steal. And he winks at you.
Is that to say that he stole it?
Oh, I know better than to ask questions like that, sir.
I ought to learn myself.
You know, you get the feeling, the way he responded to you, that it is quite possible that Barthen might be a fence.
I see.
For the right people. Those he likes.
Ooh la la.
Okay.
Yeah, right? I would have done that cough, but I've been coughing so much I didn't think you'd notice.
Roach slams 5 gold on the counter and says, "The Jets appreciate your loyalty."
And he smiles, kind of confusing because he doesn't recognize Roach at all. But he's smiling anyway. You're just kind of confusingly smiling and waving as you guys leave.
Sorry, Barthen. This is my friend Roach. He's the newest member of the Jets.
And he walks over, almost strutting in his new boots, and sticks his hand out, his forearm to shake yours, and he says, "Roach, eh? Like the bug?"
I like the bug.
He says, "Well, you might want to be careful in these parts. We've got minotaurs running around that might step on you." and he winks at Gil.
Barthen, what did we talk about, Barthen?
And he kind of stops in mid giggle and he goes, "For Christ's sakes, it was a joke."
I look at Brax or at Roach and I say, "He's set in his ways."
Oh, I take no offense. I would love to be stepped on by a minotaur. And rubs his hands together.
Oh. All right. I don't need any other supplies right now, but I do want to tell him. I'll tell Barthen. We'll be sure to mention to Gundren that as soon as he's feeling up to it, he should come by and see you.
Well, but of course, sir. But of course. And he kind of struts off toward the back of his shop. You know, the back area where he has the rest of his inventory, and he's almost whistling a tune as he's strutting away.
All right, I'm done here. You, Brax?
Yeah.
So we head off to the inn. That's where I would go.
Sounds like a plan to me.
And at about this point, when y'all are leaving there, Rogar and Ilaria and Gundren and Sildar enter the inn.
I believe you mean come busting into the inn.
Sure, absolutely. And you're caught off guard because apparently some of the villagers had run ahead of you guys as they saw y'all coming in and came and told Toblin that the jetting goons had returned. And as soon as you enter the bar, God damn, excuse me. Toblin greets you, and he has like fucking 8 bowls of stew strewn across the bar with a cup of ale in front of each one of them. And him and his wife are just standing there like proud to have you in their establishment kind of thing. But then they're also
friend.
Right, and as soon as you say that, both of their attentions go from greeting you to noticing battered and bruised Gundren, and they're like, oh my goodness. You know, they come over, both of them, the husband and wife, and you know, kind of grab Gundren and usher him off to one of the rooms there at the end. And they seem to have, in the middle of their greeting, almost completely forgotten about you guys' existence and are tending to Gundren. But there's plenty of stew and drink there ready for you, and the new bar wench, she's still very much smiling and there to attend to you guys' needs.
Well, Rogar gets busy with the stew, obviously.
Yeah, Allie's gonna sit down with Rogar and get something to eat.
Obviously.
She's ready to be back somewhere fancy and nice. It's not freaking trash castle.
Right.
Rogar offers one of the mugs of ale to Ilaria if she wants it.
Yes, she'll take that.
And
For
then
sure.
the other 7, you said?
Yes.
You said there were 8. The other 7 he picks up and starts distributing them to the other patrons.
In the bar?
Yeah.
There's only 2 other people in the bar at the time.
Well, they both get 3. And then I take the other one back to Ilaria.
Okay.
Thank you.
And,
I'm pretty sure those were for us, though.
And as you're finishing that up, Gil and Brax are walking through the door, and Ilaria, Dev, and the wolves they're finally about getting to Kalen's Miss Alderleaf's farm over there. As you guys walk into the inn, you see fucking Rogar with his fucking beard deep in a bowl of stew, just going to fucking town on it. I mean, like, it's splashing everywhere, all over.
This is like the 3rd bowl by this time.
Right. And Ilaria's kind of taking a couple of sips of stew and then a couple sips of the ale. You can tell she's sitting there smiling like she's glad to be the fuck away from that castle. And everything else that was along the lines of the adventure, she's just thrilled to be somewhere comfortable and safe and such.
I want to talk to Illyria real quick.
Sure.
So when no one else is paying attention and it's just me and her, I say, "Hey, I stopped off at Barthen's and he had a couple things for us. He wanted me to give you this. He said he told me to give this to that pretty girl who shouldn't be sleeping on the ground." And I give her the fancy beaded hammock thing.
Oh, her face lights up and she smiles and a hand goes to her chest. She goes, "Thank you," and she takes it.
Oh, don't thank me. You can thank Barthen. He just he insisted that I deliver it to you. He said he didn't want you to go telling everybody that, but I wanted you to know that it came from him. That's all.
And
Thank you for delivering it.
Ilaria immediately recognizes that this is of elven craft.
Mm-hmm.
She notices the little ivy guild in the rope and its fine workmanship and the material that it's made out of, and she knew exactly what it was when it was handed to her. Not necessarily who it belonged to or anything along those lines, but its origins for sure.
You said it was beaded, right?
It had beads at the ends, like where it ties off to the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, those pieces of rope had little like gold gilded ivy leaves drawn on the rope, and a bead every once in a while that's woven into the rope. They don't look like of any special gem or anything like that, just decorative.
It's so pretty.
Yeah. Okay, and as Emily and Devith approach the Alderleaf farm, clearly you can see that Kalen's outside hanging clothing to dry, and Carp seems to be on the porch you know, and he's got a buddy of him with him this time, and they're playing with the figurines that you guys gave them last time.
I'm gonna whistle a tune, to them, letting them know, hey, we're coming. It goes a little something like.
Right on. It catches their attention, and little Carp's eyes beat in on you, and he takes off running. Anti-Amelie! And he's running. He's gonna jump into your arms.
I'm gonna catch him, or I'm gonna try to catch him. I really.
Give me a dex check.
Roll athletics to grapple.
All right. I'm kidding, honey. You caught him. You don't have to roll that.
I was gonna say if she missed, Devis would just catch her.
You caught him anyway. The 13 would have worked. Anything over 10 would have worked.
What?
So you catch the little booger, and he's squeezing you tight, and he starts talking like really fast. He's like, Auntie Amelie, there's heroes that have come to town, and they've been saving us, and there's no more red brands, and I hear that they took care of the orcs, and we don't know what's going on, but these guys are awesome. They're called the Jetting Goons. And his little buddies holding up these little figurines, these little figurines you guys gave him, and they're pretending that these guys are the Jetting Goons, and he's like, see, Auntie Amelie, these are the heroes.
I'm gonna look at him very seriously and be like, Carp, I have a secret to tell you.
And he looks very intent, like you have his attention.
But you gotta be very quiet.
It's the Goonies.
and I'm gonna wave his head closer.
He lends his ear toward you.
And I'm gonna whisper, we're a part of the group called the Goonies.
Yes.
Ooh.
And now he just looks confused. He doesn't understand.
It's not the Jetting Goons, it's the Goonies.
Oh, God.
He goes, oh. And you told him it was a secret, so he's not going to tell anybody that now.
Devis just rolls his eyes at both of them.
No. You can tell everybody the name, but you can't tell them who we are. I'm going to wink at him with this big smile on my face so he knows I'm teasing.
Okay. And he still looks very confused. He's completely confused by what you just told him. He's like, oh, I get it. I can't tell them who you are, but I should tell them who you are. And he winks back, really confused.
Yes. That's perfect. You got it.
And about this moment, Kayleen has approached you. And she says, ah, sister, I see you're faring well. And she hugs you.
I'm going to hug her back. And I see you are faring well as well. Have you hired hens to help you on the farm?
Actually, a friend of yours came by and threw some gold our way and told us to get this place taken care of, and I think it's coming along just fine. And then she looks behind you and sees the wolves, and she's like, oh my God, and she grabs Carp and the other kid, and she holds them close and starts backing away, like really slowly. Her eyes are huge.
Those are her wolves. They're harmless.
Kayleen, it's okay. They will not harm you. They're only for protection.
She hears you, but you get the feeling like she doesn't believe that at all.
I tell the wolves, lay down. And they lay down?
Sure.
They lay down. She sees them lay down, and well, what's her?
She's still very wary. I mean, she's not backing away anymore, but she's gripping those children about as tight as fucking white, and her fingernails are showing.
Devis just kind of leans over and is like, perhaps I should just take them on a walk.
No, she trusts me, and she knows I would never harm these children, especially my nephew.
So she says, will you be joining for dinner? Maybe stay the night? There's plenty of room.
Yes, I was hoping I could. We will be in town for a few days, I believe.
Will any of your friends be joining?
Maybe Devith, but I don't think the others are. Unless I will offer if you would like.
Please do.
I will.
And she says, I've got to get these clothes hung up before it gets dark. And she starts walking back over to the clothesline.
Would you like some help?
Sure.
Alright, then I help her.
Okay. So while you're helping her do that, what are you guys doing at the end?
Did you say that Gundren and Sildar were here?
They walked in with Rogar and Ilaria, and Gundren was ushered off to one of the bedrooms and is being tended to by Toblin and his wife.
Okay.
And Devith plays with the kids, by the way.
Okay, cool.
They're playing homemakers.
While they're hanging clothes and shit?
Mm-hmm.
While they're doing girly shit?
Yeah.
Right on.
I say to Rogar, hey friend, do you happen to have a crowbar?
Excuse me for a second. A crowbar? Yes, why?
See, that's what I thought. Barthen wanted me to give you this nice crowbar, but I told him you already had a pretty good one. But I show it to him.
A dwarf can never have too many crowbars.
What the fuck? I still wasn't expecting that. But okay.
Can I roll to see if I've ever heard that about dwarves?
Sure. You've definitely heard that about dwarves.
That's what I told Barthen. I said he may already have one, but a dwarf can never have too many. And so he gave me this pristine condition, ultra light, strong crowbar and wanted me to give it to you. So here you go.
Oh, well, thank you. Rogar looks it up and down, tests it out a bit, and is obviously impressed. Oh, this is a wonderful crowbar. I'll put it to good use in the future for sure. And he gives Gil a big hug.
Oh, thank you. But you should save your hugs. Save your hugs for Barthen.
Oh, for sure.
As he hugs you, you definitely get some stew on your chest from his beard.
Basically painting your chest with stew.
DM.
Yeah. What's up?
What time of day is it?
It's nearing mid-afternoon, probably around I meant mid-evening, I don't know, between lunch and dinner time, 3, 4 o'clock, somewhere in there.
So early evening.
Early evening, there you go. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a real hard trouble using my brain tonight. I'm feeling horrible, and I'm doing my best.
It's cool.
Doing fine, bro.
So yeah, it's around 3 or 4 o'clock, Roach.
So I turned to Roach, and I think that he's probably he saw me give the crowbar to Rogar, and he probably saw me give the hammock to Ilaria. And I say to him, "So, Roach, do you have a sleeping bag or a bedroll that you use? I've seen you curl up between a woman's legs for warmth."
Roach chuckles in a slight bit of amusement and says, "No, mate. I've got a bedroll, but I never use it. I'm a ranger of the woodlands. The trees are my bed, the ground, the earth that we walk upon."
You feel this would probably be an ill-fitting gift for someone his size. This thing would be massive to him. Like way more than he would need.
Well, I had something else in mind anyway, but
okay,
that's fine.
I just throwing that out there.
So, the reason I ask is, next time you're curled up in your bedroll or in your pile of leaves or whatever it is you like to sleep in between legs, I don't judge. If you need to do some reading, you can do it by this here oil lamp. And I give him the crystal lantern thing.
Right on.
Oh wow, look at that. And I just let a big grin and I say, I'll drink to that.
Oi. And I keep the oil can though.
Okay.
You said it's like a fine engraved oil can. Is this like a can that contains oil for a lamp? That kind of oil?
It is. And it's not engraved, it's painted. Somebody painted it ornately.
Okay. I'm going to hang on. I'm going to keep that, but I'm going to give him the crystal oil lamp.
Okay. Right on. Okay, well, you're done hanging clothes, Emily. All the clothes are hung, so
Yay.
what do y'all want to do?
Well, if you wouldn't mind, Quaileen, I'm sure my partner and I are quite hungry. If you might have some leftovers from lunch.
But of course, sister, and she invites you guys into the house. And kids are out playing on the porch, and
I told the wolves to go around the back and to guard the children.
Okay. And she's preparing y'all some food.
You ready for the best stew of your life, Devin?
Sure, why not?
Kayleen smiles warmly that you compliment her cooking. What about you guys in the tavern? Anything particular?
I look at Gil and I tell him I'm taking the rest of the night off, mate. I'm getting drunk and passing out.
Sounds good. I'm getting ready to do that myself. I just wanted to. I'm gonna talk to Toblin if I get the chance before I hit the sack.
Then cheers, mate, until the morrow. And Roach makes his way up to his room, drinking on the oh-so-sweet taste of the brandy and an ale also in his hand. He's not sipping them at the same time. He's just, taking the ale up for something to sip on when he wakes.
Totally not double fisting it.
Well, as you guys are talking, you see that people are starting to funnel in a little bit into the inn. Maybe you don't know necessarily if they're coming for the great stew or to cast their eyes upon the heroes that have been the stories have been being passed around about you guys since y'all have left the last time. And
I elbow Illyria and I say, seems like an audience might be gathering. You think you might have it in you to tell the tales, or do you need a little bit of ancient dwarven courage? And I hold out.
She immediately perks up.
I hold out my water skin over to her and I say, I don't think you had a chance to try this yet, but this is why I've been lugging this cask around with me, which you may or may not have noticed, and let her have some of it.
She kind of eyes it, licks her lips, and then takes it, and then takes it.
Right on.
That'll put some hair on your tits.
Oh, darling, that's not where we want the hair.
Speak for yourself. Am I right, Rogar?
You notice that a couple of what you thought were patrons that have funneled into the bar start breaking out some instruments and tuning them up, as though maybe they intend to provide some entertainment for the heroes of the evening.
Looks like they beat you to it, Ilaria.
And at this moment, Toblin emerges from upstairs and greets you all. Welcome friends. My wife's tending to Gundren in his ails at the moment. But please take a seat. Make yourselves comfortable. We'll get you all squared away.
Rogar motions him over and hands him 10 gold and whispers, "A round of drinks for everyone in here."
As you hand him the
Holy
drinks,
crap.
as you hand him the gold, he pushes the gold away from himself back toward you, and he says, "My good friend, all the wonderful deeds you people have been doing for our town, I cannot accept your gold." He says, "This is, as long as you come through here, you've always got somewhere to stay." And he says, "Speaking of somewhere to stay, I must discuss with you that I don't believe there'll be enough rooms for you all tonight with Gundren here."
That's okay. I'll find my own lodging.
Can I hear this?
Sure. He's not trying to be quiet. The music's not playing yet. You should be able to hear this just fine. You're sitting next to him.
Yeah. Allie will look over and I'll be like, "You can stay with me if you want."
Well, okay. Rogar like turns and like blushes. Okay.
She'll pat his shoulder, like, "Don't worry. It's not like that."
Oh, it's not? Okay. You see him like glance down at the floor for just a second, like come back up and like with a smile on his face, like yeah, that's fine.
His cheeks are all rosin.
Yeah.
That was so weird than just the reaction.
So I want to tell Toblin, well, if you won't take our money in order to give everybody a round, let's at least make it a special round tonight. And I pick up the cask and set it on the bar, and I say, "Toblin, you think there'll be enough in here for everybody to have a shot?"
He shakes it and he says, "At the moment, yes."
Then I want you to make sure everybody in this place gets a healthy shot of this here ancient dwarven brandy.
And as you say that, it seems the band kicks in, and
dope.
The tavern's really starting to come to life in the presence of the heroic party that has returned from Cragmar Castle. As the drinks are being passed around, the music fills the air, and the smell of food. It looks like things are getting started. You know, the bar wench is going around lighting candles because it's starting to get a little darker outside, and there's more people funneling in. Of course, a lot more than there is that brandy to share with, but they weren't there when it was passed out, and everybody's.
And once everybody that was there has a shot, I kind of say, "Oh, okay, Boston, that's enough. I'll take it back now. We need to drain the whole cask. Come on."
Well, you emptied the cask. You wanted to know if there was enough there for everybody there in the bar, and
you know what?
Pretty much it.
You know what, Toblin? That's fine. That's fine.
And he holds up his glass to you to cheers to you.
Yeah, I cheers too.
Right
I say
on.
to the good health of our mutual friend and employer, Gundren Rockseeker.
And everybody in the tavern is kind of like, here, and everybody sips and takes a drink, and you hear, as these other people are funneling in, you hear the ones that actually got a drink. You can hear them kind of speaking amongst each other, like, "Oh my, that's the finest brandy I've ever tasted," It most certainly is. And I wonder where this came from. And nobody's really approaching you guys to talk to you. You get the feeling like you're somewhat of a like celebrity status in this town now, and people are maybe a little intimidated to actually speak to you, per se. You know, like if you spoke to them, they would probably carry a conversation with you, but they feel a little intimidated to approach.
I just realized Hrogar is probably still covered in blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Well,
I know what's cleaned up.
The stew has washed a bunch of it away.
Yeah. My face is surprisingly clean. Toblin, is there any place where I can wash up?
But of course, my good sir. And he motions like a hand gesture over to the bar wench, and she comes to you and initially places a hand on you to lead you away, and then feels the grime on, like, this way, sir. And she's no longer touching you anymore, but she's like, she's ushering you off to an area behind the bar.
Sweet.
So I said, Ilaria, maybe since we have music, and since nobody else is here now but me and you, maybe we ought to save the tale for another night when the rest of the Jets can enjoy it.
That sounds like a good plan. Plus, don't need a rush to do it. Need time to craft something wonderful and epic, and not put me on the spot again.
All right.
But were we supposed to talk to someone about cleaning out the castle, Gil? Was there a reward for that one? I can't remember.
That was Alex, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back and talk to him.
But wait, he's a doppelganger!
Y'all did not find his body.
Yeah.
With that cool fucking loot.
Well, I don't know if there was anybody else who specifically had interest in us clearing out the castle, but I definitely want to talk to Gundren, Sildar tomorrow, and then we probably ought to, at some point, talk to Town Master Harbin Wester.
We should have checked in with him sooner and made sure Glassstaff was still there. We didn't even think about that. Well, he wasn't collected, was he?
Not yet. Not when y'all left. The Lord's Alliance had been sent for in Neverwinter, but they have not reached Phandelver as of the time that you guys left.
Yeah, we ought to check into that tomorrow, I say.
Well, I still have his staff, so that's a plus. She just kind of grins, nice and big.
About this time, you see a couple of the patrons of the bar, some faces you've recognized before, are starting to emerge amongst the crowd. You're noticing Lynn from Lion Shield Castle. Excuse me. You see Lynn smiling warmly, kind of waving at the group. She's not really approaching you guys. She's just sitting in a group amongst friends. They all seem to be a little better dressed than, say, the average peasant in town. And they're sitting there, and they've got a bottle of wine on their table, and they're sipping, and she kind of gives you the little cheers symbol with her glass, her little goblet, and smiles warmly, and I mean, it's this little tavern inn is more crowded than you guys have ever seen it, and it seems like people are still coming in one by one, you know, a couple, 2, 3 here at a time, and it's getting pretty lively in here by this point. The music's playing, there's a couple people dancing, the cook's working his ass off, and
is Hrogar still taking a bath at this point?
Oh yeah. Rogar's gonna need to take a bath for a good little while.
Yeah, I figured like at least an hour. Like
yeah.
Can I get Toblin's attention and tell him it's quite a crowd you've gotten here tonight?
He says, "Indeed, if not it been for you and your group of merry band adventurers, I doubt highly we'd be seeing any of these people. They rarely come around these areas."
Well, I think you ought to let everybody know that there won't be a performance by the great Illyria tonight, but maybe tomorrow or soon she'll tell the story of our latest deeds.
Ah.
And they ought to just keep coming back every night with bringing their gold, if you know what I mean, just in case she happens to drop in with a tale for them.
Ah. He says, "Indeed."
She'll kind of smile over at him and just kind of nod her head.
And they're all kind of coming in, taking seats, and
Once Allie's had a couple 4 or 5 drinks, she'll probably get up and dance around a bit, have some fun with who's ever dancing with the music and stuff.
Right on.
Just kind of generally hang out and mingle with the people.
Nice.
Sure.
Once Devith is done eating at Emily's friend's house, he's gonna go outside and go.
Right on.
Go report to his evil red brand ruffians.
No. We're just taking a walk around town.
It's okay, we all know you're evil. I don't think we have much else to do until tomorrow morning, though.
No, not much. Just kind of live it up and enjoy the festivities. Yeah.
Fun.
Definitely.
So like after an hour and a half or so after Rogar has cleaned himself off, he comes out to the dining room and for once is not wearing his armor.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He pulled out a nice shirt from his supplies.
We all notice he is a lot smaller without his armor. Instead of looking like a little 10-year-old kid, he looks like a 5-year-old kid.
Hey man, I'm a dwarf, not a halfling.
I think you're thinking of Roach there.
Yeah, I'm a dwarf, not a halfling. Calm down.
Right.
Alright, but yeah, Rogar comes out and sees everyone starting to dance and all that, and makes his way to Lynn from the Lion Shield Coster. Walks up to her and says, "Milady, would you care for a dance?"
And she just fucking blushes massively, like her her cheeks turn rosy red, and she doesn't respond verbally, but she definitely responds physically, and she stands up and kind of brushes off her dress a little bit, and reaches out for your hand, and has you lead the way to the dance floor.
And we have a good old time.
Absolutely. And I'm sorry guys, I actually downloaded a fuck ton load of new tokens, but I have not uploaded them to Roll20, or I'd have a band out here and all kinds of shit going, which we'll have for future.
Garlic on a pass and be like, you can stay with her instead if you like.
And on the next pass, Rogar just mentions, well, stick around dancing long enough, maybe I'll dance with you too.
You get the feeling that Rogar probably fancies himself a pretty good dancer.
Which is strange with his not very high dexterity.
Right.
But he doesn't have his armor on now.
Yeah.
He can do it.
Yeah, he gets a bonus. He gets a bonus to his dexterity.
Wait, I just realized the whole time. Jesus, Go. What are you doing?
He's dancing.
The whole time we've been doing stuff, I should have been rolling disadvantage on like my stealth saves.
Because of your armor.
Because of my armor, yeah.
I don't think you ever succeeded on one.
I don't think so either. But for future reference, I should be rolling with disadvantage.
Sure.
I thought you only got disadvantage for plate armor, not for chainmail.
No. For all the heavy armors, then for half plate and scale mail.
Anything? Isn't it anything above studded?
No. Hide, a chain shirt, and breastplate do not give disadvantage. But everything else, yeah.
I keep forgetting about hide and all that because it's a step above studded, but it doesn't really give that much more armor. It's like really.
It's actually strictly inferior to studded leather, which is funny.
Yeah, I know.
So did y'all want to keep going for tonight, or is this like a good place to call it for the evening?
I mean,
This might be a good place to call it.
Yeah.
For the year, I should say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
What is next game? It's New Year's Day, isn't it?
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Is it
I'll
really?
still be here.
Yep.
On the 1st.
New Year's is the Monday.
Are y'all gonna be too hungover to play?
Yeah, that's a good question.
No.
I'll be fine.
I work on the 1st.
I'm doing jack shit on 1st, though.
I will not be able to play on the 1st.
Okay.
So we have to shift it next
You guys
week.
want to shoot for something else?
I should
Thursday,
be able to, yeah,
maybe?
I should be able to do Thursday again.
Thursday's fine with me.
That's
Just gotta
fine.
remind me again, so I don't forget. Wait,
Thursday's
okay,
fine.
wait. No, yeah, that's fine. But if you try and schedule on a Thursday after that, there will be much groaning on my part.
No, we're not going to Thursdays. We
No.
might do it next Thursday, but it's that we're keeping Mondays. I like Mondays.
Yeah, Mondays.
I do
Mondays work
too.
well.
Mondays work very well.
Thursdays are my critical role night, bitches. Don't take my show from me.
Oh, don't pull an Alex.
I know.
I will. I'll start talking about how I don't feel good and I have to go like mid-game.
You have like family emergencies or whatever.
Better yet, I'll pull a William and I'll text like 2 minutes before game starts and be like, I'm out tonight, guys. Sorry,
Yeah.
not feeling good.
Yeah.
If you turn into a doppelganger, I swear to God.
I'm a doppelganger.
I'm a doppelganger.
Then don't
I'm gonna
fuck with
reveal
my face.
myself that I'm going to attack. And be like, I'm a doppelganger.
I'm a doppelganger.
Okay.
Like Critical Role is the only thing I watch live. I don't watch any of my other shows live.
Now, when we pick up, we're gonna pick up from here, though. We're not gonna pick up in the morning because some fun can be had from here.
Okay.
There's some festivities that should be coming down tonight that would play maybe some important roles in what's going on. So when we pick up,
Maybe Ilaria will get drunk enough to actually, perform tonight.
right?
Hey, you have time to prepare.
You got time to prepare, and I have time to upload the tokens and get the bar looking like it's hopping.
Nice.
Am I not in here? I've been away since I pulled up the bar.
Also, when
Nah,
are
I'm
we?
not even in there.
When are we leveling up? I feel like we've been through a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you feel worthy of a level?
I went back and checked, and it's been 7 episodes since we leveled up. So, feeling a little
It's not loveless, it's levelless.
Well, I guess you'll just have to find out when we continue on next Thursday, and after you get a little bit of sleep, you might feel a little different.
Oh my!
Oh my.
Oh my.
Little George Takei over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeehaw.
Oh, you get to see that.
Fucking